Hello, everyone. What is going on? My name is Timpedia, and finally, welcome back to the TNT podcast. I don't remember the episode number. It's been
Episode 500.
It's been 1 week since you.
It's been one
Don't even start.
It's been 1 decade since you recorded a podcast. Episode 156. We are back, and we have the full crew, including on my right.
Oh, sorry, Friedman, also known as Andrew, mostly known as
Damn,
Friedman.
bro. It hasn't been that long.
And I sat there like, wait, am I on the left or am I on the right?
Nah,
Usually
you're
it's
always
me,
on the right,
You're
because
always
I'm
on
the
right.
left.
And just Tyler's always on the left.
And
right across from
return
him.
across from me, not Tyler, because you two are Freeman and Tyler across from each other.
Hello, I am Aiden Kuhn.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Soundboard?
Soundboard? Please?
Oh, wait.
Soundboard.
Disappointing.
Damn, the fact
Wow,
that
all right,
Freeman
I was
before the
waiting.
Oh,
podcast
boy.
was literally like, it's going to work.
Damn. This is
Oh,
what happens when we
the
don't.
silence just sounds so defeated.
Damn.
Oh, sorry. I lost audio. And
Damn.
I just came back in with you guys.
So
Oh,
Aiden said
awkward.
he's back, and we all went,
my God,
wow,
it's
wow.
fucking
And then we all
weird.
started going, man, where's the soundboard, Freeman? Oh, no, is he gone
This
again?
is going swimmingly.
Oh, yeah. This is great.
All right, so while Freeman figures out his audio, because we can't afford to stop, time waits for no man.
Facts.
Not
Big
me
facts.
now.
So we have a fair amount of news to talk about, and then we have a lot of shows and movies that we've all watched between us, because boy, oh boy, there's been a lot of stuff. I realized that the last episode came out at the end of September, so literally the entire month of October, at minimum, is what we missed.
It's fine. Apparently, I didn't do shit October. So
Yeah,
it's fine.
That seems untrue.
I mean, like, I thought I had a lot. I think I only finished one book. And,
Wow.
like, that's it. Yeah, because I was trying to catch up on, like, comic stuff.
Well,
Also, I was dying, and I also...
yeah, everyone, spoilers for those at home. Everyone got COVID or was sick with something over the course of the past month and a half or so.
Oh my God, finally. All right, it reconnected me.
No, I didn't.
Jesus Christ.
I
Oh,
still
hey,
have
Freeman.
COVID.
Discord had me at 5,000 milliseconds of ping,
Nice.
so it just cut all audio.
That's
But
like
it
when
seems
my
it's
video
bad.
dies for no reason.
Dude, Discord ain't what it used to be. Implying
Speaking
it was
of
better than
books,
it is.
I don't. Oh, no, I hate this.
No,
I hate
so-
everything about this.
Yeah, so what was it, like a week and a half ago? Suddenly there's an announcement from Henry Cavill saying, I am not coming back to do Witcher Season 4. And the first thing everyone says is, dead show, dead show, dead show, dead show.
tell me it's not. Tell me it's not.
It is a dead show. The
This
show is
dead
dead
show.
now. Henry
No one
Cavill
gives a
was
Honestly,
literally the only reason to watch that show.
I'm going to say something even bolder. To me, I have had literally no interest in watching Season 2. I missed 2. I haven't watched 2 and 3 yet,
Oh,
and I literally was never feeling the drive to do that. And now I will never, ever watch the rest of this show, ever.
I mean, I still haven't started season 2, but like Henry Cavill's the reason to watch it. I might watch season 3 and then just dip.
Nah. I've
good
heard
luck.
how the story goes in 2 and 3. I don't care.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, okay. The reason that this is such a big deal is that literally when Henry Cavill took this role, right? He is quoted as saying, "I will fucking do all 7 seasons that they have planned, no problem, as long as they respect the source material." And imagine that. What happens? Gosh, I wonder
It's
why
just
he's
so,
leaving the show.
like, legitimately. So it's come out that there are a couple writers on this show that are like, fuck the source material, we're doing it better. And you just, like, legitimately, what is in Netflix interest in letting picking the writers over Henry Cavill? I don't, like, what is the business case or anything? Any
knows?
metric, what says Henry Cavill leaving and recasting as, what is it, Liam Hemsworth or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam Hemsworth of all people, who's not a good actor. Who's not? What? Tell me I'm
Okay,
wrong.
well, all right. Well,
You're not, but he's.
it's a bad actor for a bad show.
Yeah, true. Also, you could tell, like, and this is what also bothers me. I probably wouldn't feel any type of way, because I honestly, overall, I think Henry Cavill's just an okay actor. But him playing as Geralt, you could tell. I think, at least from my peasant, like, I don't know, judging of acting, like, he seems like he's really into it and that he tries.
Oh yeah.
Like, he definitely dials it in pretty good. Um, so that's why I'm a little skeptical.
A
And
little
why I'm
skeptical.
probably not gonna keep watching it, so you know.
Nah, and here's a little tip to writers out there. If you think you're gonna write a better story and like than an established series that you're making a franchise out of, it would have been your franchise, but it's not. So stop.
I think
You didn't write it, so stop trying to fucking
Well-
like it's just so fucking cringy when people think that, oh, well, this is how this should have happened. And it's like, no, that's not your decision to make.
No, I think one of the podcasts I listened to was talking about this story, and they brought up how apparently the original showrunner for this show went off and is working on the X-Men like 90s revival show. And when this came out, someone asked him about it, and he was like, look, you don't have to recreate the original source material, but you need to, but I will only hire people for this X-Men show who know and at least respect the original source material. Like, the people who are the writers on the Witcher show actively are like, we do not like the games or books. Like,
Yeah, I never understood.
That seems like just an odd staffing decision.
Yeah, I never understood why, like, what the point is. I get having fresh perspective on things, but you hear that a lot. Like with Halo, like you hear like some of the writers came out were like, we don't give two shits about the source material. It's like, my guy, the source material is what, like, started this fandom in the first place.
And it's
That's
fine
why you
even if you
have a
don't
job.
like it, but
Yeah.
at least work around it then. Why
Exactly.
write something that just contradicts?
Exactly. Like, and you know what? I'm totally fine with it not being the same story or something being around, but like, just like we said, respect the source material for what it is. And like you're not gonna get upset fans. Like
Nope.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this here.
Oh, this motherfucker.
Yes,
Here
there's
we
two.
go.
There's 2 points I want to make. When you're just like, why would they go with the writers? The fact is, and it might just be who Netflix hires. A lot of their writers all believe that just source material doesn't matter. I am the writer, and I am a good writer. Therefore, I write good. And it's that idea that like if they hire you to come in and just repurpose someone else's work, to a lot of these egotistical writers, it sounds like a shit job, and they don't want to do that. So it might just be that the market is filled with people who just don't want to adapt, and they want
So
to.
what you're saying is writers suck.
Yeah, so it might be that they can stick with Henry Cavill, and they just won't have any writers because that's just what the writers.
So what you're saying is, see, there's no way you couldn't find
That's so
writers who would
weird.
want to work on a Witcher show with Henry Cavill.
And honestly,
And I'm saying, well, you can't.
I would rather take that and them just stick to the source material and put it on screen than have somebody try and rewrite the whole series.
Well,
Like,
yeah. And you know what? And this is like, I mean, it's not on the same kind of scale, but it kind of is. Imagine, because, like, let's take Iron Man, for example, right? Iron Man 2, they switched out Rhodey, they switched out Terrence Howard for Don Cheadle, right?
Yeah.
Like, we were all kind of weird about it, but imagine taking Robert Downey Jr., replacing Robert Downey Jr. as, like, Iron Man for the rest of, like, the Marvel Universe.
Wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. And, like, there's a reason why that a lot of these actors and stars, they get so much money because they're the ones drawing people to the movie.
They are the face.
Their portrayal of the character, not necessarily
Yeah.
the character.
Yeah, no. Yeah, their portrayal is a lot of the reason why people go. It's not the writer. And even if it's not the actor, it's the next up is the director. Like, the only time I've ever seen where like a writer is like prominent, like I've seen in movies, is like recently oh my god, like Jordan Peele, who also directs the movie, and oh my god, No Country for Old Men. Tim, you know what I'm talking about? The Coen brothers. Like Coen brothers, like those guys. Yeah, Coen
Yeah.
brothers who do No Country for Old Men. And then like the guy who the same writing team or the dude who makes Sicario. Like
Oh,
those are the only times I've ever heard of like a writer like coming before everybody like in that movie, and all those movies have star-studded casts. And I don't know what it is. I'm not in the industry. I can't really say. I guess like you might have a point there, Freeman. But I feel like it doesn't make a lot of sense like monetarily.
There is one more theory I have, and I know you guys fucking hate me because I'm ruining everyone's theories here.
Ah, this is fine.
Market research. What if it says that only a small fraction of the actual like consistent viewers of the show have consumed any of the source material? Like we as fans are very vocal, but like, what if we are actually a very small minority of the viewers?
And that's perfectly fair, but why would that be a justification to then basically completely abandon the franchise?
I mean, they don't think they're abandoning it. They think they're doing a season 4 that people are going to watch.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like shows that have done this just haven't panned out very well recently.
They haven't at all, I would say.
Yeah, but I feel like Netflix strategy is like, no, it's the children who are wrong.
Yeah, and it's nope. It's you, Netflix.
Yeah, and you know, it's just gonna turn into another show that's gonna be canceled. Whatever. I've written it off as such.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, what? Resident Evil got canceled. Fucking
yeah.
like.
I honestly I think that, like there's so few shows that I think are gonna make it. Like I think Stranger Things might make it, but who knows?
but
like
it's almost done, so.
And it almost
It
didn't.
almost
It almost didn't. Yeah.
Almost didn't. Yeah,
You
and
know,
Yeah, we don't talk about season 3.
I haven't really thought about it, but I'm genuinely curious how many shows actually make it their full run or their full intended run
on Netflix or just in general?
in general. Because like
it's not a
I
lot.
feel I
No,
want to I feel like it used to not be this ridiculous with like shows getting canceled, but I might be wrong and be like
Fox canceled shows every year. Fox was really bad. Fox and CW, or they were Netflix before Netflix. Like you think about stuff like Firefly. Like I mean, I use it as like the most blaring example, right? Like there was, if it didn't make it past like 3 seasons on Fox, it was getting canceled.
yeah.
And then the ones that did went on for like 11 seasons, like House and Bones.
Yeah.
Or like what's that one, like The Blacklist? I forget which show that like stuff like that would have gotten picked up by somebody else and then just dropped anyway. Community never finished, even though that was like a highly like rated
Are they like trying to
show.
come back for something though?
Yeah, Amazon came out with a
Yeah,
like,
the
I
movie.
think like a movie. Yeah, the movie and like a season or something like that.
Because Amazon Prime Video's also been doing super well with their shows.
All right, before we get too off topic, I really think we need to continue down the track to the next topic because we have so many things to talk about.
All right, yeah. The first one had probably the most discourse around it. Maybe one of the next.
Witcher Dead Show. Henry Cavill's a great guy. He really gave a shit, and now he's gone. So why should we give a shit? There we go.
Big facts.
Sorry, I'm not trying to put us.
No.
I'm still congested from fucking
I want to talk about the greatest advertising campaign of all fucking time.
Oh dear lord!
So
Hold on. Can I just say I'm glad we're talking about this after it's over because one of my podcasts again I was listening to. One week they're like, "Wow, this is such an inspiring story of someone fighting the industry," and then it's like, "Wow, this person was a piece of shit the whole time."
Wait, is that what happened? I didn't hear
this.
Yes.
Okay.
So for context, we're talking
about
Bayonetta 3.
Commander Shepard. Damn.
But I put this in the notes at the beginning of the controversy before it all played out.
Yes, I know. So Tyler, let me lay this whole thing out for you because you're not. I don't think you're getting what's happening. So
yeah, maybe not.
Bayonetta 3 is coming out like this week, or came out last week. Whatever.
It is out. Yeah.
Whatever. 2 weeks or so before launch, the original voice actress for Bayonetta, the original character in Bayonetta 1 and 2 and all this side stuff, comes out and goes, "Holy shit, everybody should boycott this game. I got offered $4,000 for my entire voice acting role to reprise the role of Bayonetta for this game." And everyone went, "Oh my god, that's horrible. Voice actors are so underpaid. You're a union voice actor, but that's so screwed up. The industry sucks. Who replaced you?" Oh yeah, Jennifer Hale, like the most expensive female voice actress in the world, and in the same union, replaced her. Well, that's weird. Is it? It's not a money thing then. What? Why is she getting? Why didn't she get picked? I don't understand.
Awkward.
Okay, well, Jennifer Hale put out this really non-committal statement. Well, maybe someone at Platinum just really didn't like her a lot.
Well, Jennifer, she kind of admitted she has an NDA, so she can't talk about it.
No, she said, not even kind of admitted. She said, "I have an NDA. I can't talk about this, but, go voice actors. Voice actors are working hard, and the union does a good job." And then everyone's like, "Huh, that's weird." So maybe someone at Platinum just really hated her. And then what is it? Jason Schreier, who's this guy who does tons, it feels like half of all exposés about video games are from this guy.
Yeah, that's very much it.
Puts out an article that's like, so it actually turns out the Bayonetta, who is the star of Bayonetta 3, is a different character, so it wasn't her. She was originally offered $20,000 for a cameo appearance of like a day or two of recording, and then it was lowered to $4,000, and she rejected it both times.
Damn.
Saying, "I'm too important," basically, I think. I don't know. That part I don't remember. But he put out this thing, and she goes, "That's totally bullshit. I mean, yeah, I was originally offered way more money, and I turned it down, and then they offered the $4,000, and that's where I got it from. But Bayonetta is like $1 billion franchise. I deserve way more money than this." And it came out that she basically took a number from a website that said approximately how many copies of all Bayonetta games have sold, and she just multiplied it by 60 and said, "This is how much the franchise of Bayonetta is worth."
Awkward.
So she was basically so yeah. And then she tripled down and was like, "Still boycott the game. Why not donate to one of these other causes instead?" And some of the causes were I think at least one of them was anti-trans or something like that. There were some sketchy fucking sources that she was recommending people donate to. So yeah,
all right, well,
this entire saga happened, and this one lady who only has voiced Bayonetta, she basically is a stage actor who voiced Bayonetta.
Damn.
Torpedoed her entire voice acting career forever.
Damn.
Yep.
Well.
Oh, well.
Yeah, right. Them's the breaks.
Yeah.
I can't really do anything about it. Hey, fucking sometimes people just go off the deep end.
Sometimes people just like to watch themselves burn.
All I'm going to say is, until this story happened, I had no idea Bayonetta 3 was this close to release. So, this ended up being the greatest advertising for this game possible.
Greatest. They're probably laughing their fucking asses off too. Oh, thanks for the free press. We will give you no money. And you just tanked your whole career. Goodbye. No one will ever want to work with you ever again.
Yeah, this was quite the saga.
Damn.
Anyway,
yeah, I was just saying.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just man, I feel like I hear a lot of stuff about voice actors feel like they don't get their due.
Right. And that's why everyone so that's why originally everyone was like, "Yeah, fuck the system, man. Voice actors forever."
And then it turns out she's just kind of a piece of shit.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
There we go.
Which sucks because I still like the way she sounds as Bayonetta. Jennifer Hale's doing a great job from what I've heard, but it's
a different character.
I know, but I want to hear a particular voice come out of the character that looks like Bayonetta's mouth. And that's just a me problem.
You worded that really weird.
Yeah, you really did.
Anyway, so Ragnarok is a really cool game.
So Aiden, have you already beaten Ragnarok?
It's not out yet.
My point stands. Aiden, have you already?
No, I am super hyped for Ragnarok. I've done super good avoiding these leaks.
So what leaks happened? I didn't even know about. I didn't even know there were actually leaks that happened.
I'm pretty sure the whole
Like the
story's been
fucking
leaked at this point.
ending.
Oh,
Yeah, literally the whole game got leaked, as far as I'm
Yeah,
aware.
and I think a big part of the discourse about this is that it was impossible to follow any like tags related to God of War without seeing spoilers in them because there's not
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of
it's coming
content
out
moderation.
tomorrow. I forgot.
So like a lot of the devs were just very upset on Twitter, just complaining about how there needs to be like more tight controls on this shit, and they're like everyone is ruining the experience for everyone else, and it was just a whole shit show. And I kind of don't have sympathy for people. It's super easy to just unfollow the God of War hashtag. Like you don't need to be plugged into the system. If you want to avoid spoilers, it's super easy. Like my friend was whining about waiting a day to watch House of the Dragon, just because she's like, well, there's spoilers all over TikTok. I'm like, just don't open TikTok till you watch the episode.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand, Freeman. These basic hoes. And I'm not saying women in particular. I'm talking men
How about
all
Luigi
across the
here?
stupid rainbow flag and the races. They're all the same. They can't stay away from their tiki-taki and the Instagrammo. Like, it's,
tiki
you
What the
know,
fuck
taki.
am I listening to?
what? The
I mean,
tiki-taki,
he's not
you
wrong.
know?
He's not wrong.
This isn't Boomer. This is some silent generation shit I'm listening to here.
Some silent,
Silent generation.
I mean, like, you're not
Uh,
wrong. Like, I don't know the struggle because I literally I don't see spoilers at all
Bro.
because I'm not on the internet.
social media is a blight on society, and this is why.
Yeah, really, yo. But for real though, I mean, I haven't had any problems. And you know what? I am on social media too. All jokes aside, I agree with you. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I'm on social media because of my friends send me shit all the time. I don't run into shit.
Yeah, but I think it was just a weird bit where like they will want to advertise on all their platforms, and it's just like if we tell people to follow these, there's going to be spoilers everywhere, and it ruins any excitement for the game. So
Yeah, that's a hard position to be put
yeah,
in, but it's
tricky.
God of War. I don't think it'll be a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are still gonna play this game. No one's being like, oh, I'm not buying this. I already know how it ends. Like literally, I don't say there's literally no one like that. There's almost
And,
no one like
all right,
that.
listen. To be fair, until the last God of War, everybody that played God of War didn't give a fuck about the story.
Yeah, it's
They
only
were
because
just
the
Kratos
last
and
game
wanted to
did
fucking kill
so
everybody.
well and was so good.
Like, this, like, the last one was out of left field. I had absolutely zero expectations for this game, and it was the greatest game fucking ever. So I'm super excited for Ragnarok, and I can't wait to play it tomorrow.
It's so weird that's coming out on a Wednesday.
Bro, this industry gave up on fucking standards. We do our shows whenever the fuck we want. Fuck releasing games on Friday. Who cares?
Yeah, remember when they were on Tuesdays for a long time because that's how just shipping worked.
Yeah,
Yep.
They're on
I actually enjoyed
Tuesdays.
that.
I
Even
didn't enjoy that. In fact, I hated that. That was the reason why I will never forget. My parents, man. My dad was like, "Yo, listen, I'll take you to go get Halo 3,
Oh,
but you can't
stop.
play Halo 3 because you have to go to marching band practice." And I was screaming internally the entire time.
all right, understandable. I'm gonna come at it from a different angle because I realize you didn't you didn't grow up in Bergen County, New Jersey, which has the
Yeah.
dumbest fucking rules. So Nintendo loves Sunday releases, and in the
Oh.
county that Tim and I grew up in,
Oh yeah.
you can't sell anything on Sunday.
Blue
They have blue
laws.
laws, so it's just everything's fucking closed. So if everyone's playing something on Sunday, you gotta wait till Monday to pick it up. So when they finally just like fuck it, everything's out on Tuesday, I'm like, good equality, thank you. So
Yo,
yeah,
I did not know blue laws existed. So should we tell what
Yeah,
people blue laws are?
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
If
laws
you,
that say, hey, it's Sunday, you can't sell anything that's not like an essential service like food.
like if you're not a
Yeah,
supermarket, you're not open.
I'll never forget. So Leslie and I went to go get Faye, right? And like while they were waiting on the paperwork, I went next door to
Oh, to
Staples.
actually like, pick up for the first time, you mean?
Yeah, to pick her up for the first time, like ever. And there was a Staples, and I was like, oh, like I want to look into getting like a plastic sheet You know what I'm talking about? The ones that you put on your carpet so you can put your rolly chair on.
Yes.
So I was looking into that, and I'm talking to the guy, and I'm like, "What's the deal? Like, I don't see any price tags on this." He's like, "Oh, well, you can't buy this today." And I'm looking at him like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Blue law." And I'm like, "My guy, what are you saying? Blue law." All right, I'm gonna ask you this again. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole here. Like, I literally told him this. I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, but like, what is a blue law? And he rolls his fucking eyes at me, and he's like, "You just can't buy furniture, all right?" And he walked away from me. I'm like, "All right, Dick." Like, Jesus Christ, I had no idea.
Oh my god.
And that's how I was introduced. And I'm like, "What kind of fucking place is this?
So
Where am I?"
you know what's funny?
It's a shithole.
It's another thing that makes Amazon even better because Amazon will deliver on a Sunday though.
True. True.
Although to be
But yeah,
fair,
no, that,
Freeman, we don't get regular mail on Sundays still, so or no,
What?
that's true for everybody. But there used to be a time where we couldn't get packages on Sundays either. If you didn't get it on a Saturday, you were like, "Fuck, I'm done for the weekend, I guess."
Oh yeah, it used to be like that. At least
Yep.
when everything went through the mail and wasn't through like private services. But yeah. Anyway, we've derailed a bit.
Yes.
In the meantime, do you guys like NFTs?
No.
oh, well, goodbye.
GG
Last
no re.
podcast.
No. End story.
Because Square Enix heard that like 2 years ago, you all loved NFTs so much
Yeah.
that let's completely repurpose a beloved franchise, Parasite Eve, and just make it this NFT visual art experience, not even a video game. Because Square has doubled down, decided NFTs are the future, realized maybe they weren't, but spent too much money on the project to back out now. So we're just now getting their like 2020, early 2021 brainchild.
All right. So in other news, we get custom.
Damn.
Yeah, honestly, there's not much to talk about this.
There's not much to
I
talk
don't
about, it's
know
just-
anyone who's happy about this.
brain damage. This is
That's
coming
it.
like 2 months after all the headlines. Oh no, we're so sorry for all the monkey-faced idiots. The values of the NFT market has tanked by over 90% in the last 6 weeks. Remember all those
Also-
headlines coming out on Reddit, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Heh."
Also, I want to know who the fuck actually thought someone was like Square was gonna come out with another Parasite Eve game. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was not happening. The fact the fact they were teasing it was already suspicious. Like, there's no way this is a new game. Like, it's gonna be some weird brand tie-in, like lightning modeling for a Louis Vuitton or some shit.
Yeah. And like no one, only the real losers played Parasite Eve. All right.
So I'm not
No
a real
one
loser because I own the PSP game. I just have never actually played
Are
it.
you kidding? You actually played that piece of garbage?
I know I haven't played it. I got it real cheap at GameStop.
The fact that you own it still.
One day
I was
I
like,
will
I lost a
No.
throw
point.
this game out. One day I'll
You
throw
know,
it out.
yeah, I lost a friend today. I don't know what the fuck. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. Not bad that you own it, but like, yeah, the game is bad though. Like I watched like a long play of it just to like get the story, and I was like, oh god, this is terrible.
Damn.
Honestly,
sucks.
the only good one was the first one anyway, so not like it matters.
Yeah, and that franchise is not coming back from the dead after this.
No, it's not.
No. No.
All right. So next story. This one I don't even give a shit about the story. I just want to use it as a mini conversation point here. So this one's actually kind of old. I think I put this on like way back. We actually thought we were going to record this episode at the beginning of October. But Sony unveiled their new, like, I guess it's to compete with like Xbox's Pro controller, but this new, they call it a customizable DualSense. But what it is you can just swap out the, I think it's the triggers, the sticks, and I don't know if you can do the face buttons. But the whole idea behind this is that because stick drift is just a huge issue with every single controller, the idea is that you're not throwing away your controller to buy a new one. You can just buy a new set of sticks and just slot it into your controller.
Now, what company had a controller that was just like this a couple years ago that I still have right on my PC tower?
Damn.
That's right, the Nintendo Switch, where you can just get rid of your Joy-Cons and get new ones when the old ones stop working.
I think it was called the Xbox. No, I'm
about to
kidding.
say like
Yeah,
No,
the
because
Elite
you
controller for Pro
couldn't. You
controller.
couldn't. Okay, so how deep does the replacement go? Because on here you can replace joysticks, but you can't actually replace the mechanical system under the joystick on the Elite controller.
Let me double check, because I'm pretty sure it's just like if you look at a PS5 controller and just literally cut a semicircle around the area that the sticks are, that slots out. So you can slot in a new set of sticks.
I'd want to see it because I'm so talking
Yeah,
about
they're
this
calling
made
it
me
the
want to go look
DualSense
at the
Edge.
Elite Controller 2 the Elite Series 2 page because I
Um,
really
Uh,
man.
I
I'm-
dig the Elite Series too.
Do you have one?
Yep.
Oh fuck, really? I actually have
Yeah,
been,
it's great.
I have the Series 1 still and I really love it and I'd really like to get the Series 2 someday.
I think you can swap out the sticks and the buttons as well, but I don't know about the triggers.
Ooh, there's a $50 less version that's looks cool because it's white and doesn't come with all the dumb pads and everything that I wouldn't actually use. Cool. I'm actually
Yeah.
that's pretty tempting actually.
I wouldn't know.
Ooh.
I
You know what
have
sucks?
not been one for bougie controllers.
I never thought I would be that guy until I got the Elite Series 2. Honestly,
Elite
like
Series.
I don't think I could ever use a not bougie controller again.
All right, let's see how.
Thank you
let's
for
see how
joining
this
us, Aiden. I appreciate it because I love my Series 1.
Like I honestly, like everybody looks at these and it's like, oh, why the fuck would you pay that much for a controller?
Yep.
Like generally, they're really, really, really high quality.
God
like-
damn, that's so much money.
And they're 100% worth. 100%. If you want to like, if you just want the one controller that it's like, this is my controller and it'll fucking work forever. These are the ones that you buy. Like being able to swap out sticks and change stick tension and like the Elite Series 2, you can change the depth on the trigger activation.
See,
Like,
I don't even give a shit
there's-
about any of that. I think the
ain't
default
nobody
is
got time for that
perfect,
shit.
and I love just the feel of this controller is so good.
You know what I do like though? I do like the so Razer did this I think before this.
Oh shit.
Do you guys I don't know if you guys remember it, but like they turn out to be shit, but when I used it it was amazing. Razer came out like back when we were in college. Their own like pro controller and it featured an additional set of bumpers that you can remap and like triggers on the back of the like those
Was it, like,
pads.
Was it in line with the current bumpers and triggers, or was it like offset
Yeah.
to the side of
No,
it?
it was in line. So you had 4 bumpers.
Wasn't the
And-
Razor Wolverine? Was it?
No. I forget what they it's been out of commission for so long now. What else? You can adjust the tension on the thing, dude. I like all right, that was a bougie controller and I wish that it was not a piece of shit. Like it broke after 6 months, but this thing was amazing. Like I felt like God. Like because
I
instead of
felt
doing
like God.
dude, instead of doing bumper jumper like normally, I remapped that second button so that was jump instead. So I kept my current layout while essentially just doing bumper jumper. And like doing the stick tension helped with the wobble so much. Like wobbling was so much easier. Like I was out shooting people with the DMR very easily with that. So I get it.
Holy
I
shit.
get it.
Microsoft finally made it so you can customize Elite controllers instead of just the standard one.
Nice.
Oh,
I
my
had
God.
to have my like glowing orange controller when I built mine, so I didn't go for the Elite. I went for just a normal.
Yeah, I didn't. Wow. Oh,
How
so
much extra is it?
Aiden,
Yeah.
colors is free, Friedman.
Ooh.
Yeah. On your Elite, did you get the D-pad with like the angle pieces or the standard four direction button thing?
It comes with both.
Which one do you use? I guess I should ask then.
Oh, I use the like
The disc?
the disc.
That's what I use on mine right now.
Although that depends. Like if I'm playing a fighting game, I like having a D-pad.
Well, yeah, then you're used to having a straight
But for
D-pad.
everything else, like I really like the disc D-pad.
My only thing with the disc on the one I have now is that if you hit the angle hard, it kind of slides out of the slot. Like the magnet isn't quite enough if you hit it high and hard. But that might just be a me problem. Actually, literally.
All right, hold on.
Going
The
too hard.
intention of bringing up the toy was was not to let you guys jerk off about the Xbox Elite
No,
controller.
it's fine. This
was-
is way better.
It was to
at
talk
least let
about
me finish.
Yeah, yeah. Let us finish.
Stick
God.
drift,
Proceed.
stick drift, stick drift.
stick drift. So the whole reason Sony's even making this controller is because they're aware, like, hey, our expensive ass controller is not immune to stick drift. And I'm sitting here thinking, my GameCube controllers don't suffer from stick drift. My PS2 controllers don't suffer from this. My Wii controllers still don't. My current Xbox controllers don't. What is going on that every controller is suffering from stick drift? Has the manufacturing quality just lowered to the point across the industry that no one can actually buy sticks that aren't subject to just early drift?
That's a good question.
Like, I don't remember people complaining about this in previous gens.
To answer that, we're gonna have to talk about parallel universes.
So,
I think actually, Friedman, it's more just that it wasn't as much of a thing that was dissected. Like we're talking about the Elite controller, the regular Xbox controller. There were all the like you can get a custom DualShock and everything like that. But back in the day, you either bought an official controller or you bought a piece of shit
Mad Catz.
obvious knockoff.
dude, all I'm gonna say is my Mad Catz N64 controller has less stick drift than the official Nintendo. All I'm
Sure,
saying.
that's fine. But how did anyone else find out about that?
I mean, I don't know how to tell you this, but like, gaming forums have been a thing since the year 2000. Like, it's not like we suddenly live in the age
No,
where people talk.
I'm aware of that, but like, I don't remember kids talking about it at school. Talking about what controller do you use?
I mean, I haven't heard a single person IRL talk about stick drift, but I see it everywhere online.
Well, I think that's also
To the point that we have
just
like
online.
class action lawsuits about it.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a little weird.
Yeah, but we also live in the age of let's sue over everything. So like, how dare Nintendo make a substandard joystick?
No, we
Fuck
have-
No, Nintendo made an absolute shit controller.
No, I
I'm
know,
not
I know, I
defending
know.
here.
The Joy Cons are actually terrible.
It is weird though, only because like I'm gonna sound like a boomer, but like you know
They don't
they
make
don't
them
make
like
them
they
like
used
they
to.
used to. Like for real though.
I mean, do we want to talk about the Nintendo 64 joystick?
Not really. That was
Oh,
a...
so
that
you're
was
right.
also-
That was ass.
See,
Yeah.
that
You're
was
not all right. You're right.
so.
You're
So
right.
that's
you're
where I was also thinking about when Freeman's like Nintendo. I'm like, oh, the only Nintendo console I owned before the Switch I have was the N64, and boy, was that the shittiest joystick in the world. I could
It was
go.
also one of the first, though.
No, I know, but I could go upstairs and grab any of my old N64 controllers and jiggle the controller, and the joystick will just kind of flop around. And
Yeah.
I have
That
burns
thing got
on my palm
blasted.
from that fucking controller, all right?
damn,
I think the scar's healed already. Yeah,
The
you can't really see
scar.
it anymore. Yeah, Mario Party 2 will do that to you.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So stick drift conversation over. Let's keep it rolling here.
So what's going on with Microsoft?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to like yell at our viewers again because the last episode we recorded, I was like this mega angry because I keep reading YouTube comments, people being like, "How come Xbox can't have exclusives? Sony can have. Why can't Xbox?" And I was screaming about how just Activision is so much bigger than most people give them credit for. And the quick update to the story since then is, I think the last time we spoke, Sony was like, Microsoft's deal is shit. This is ridiculous. And then Microsoft came out with their statement like, as long as there is a PlayStation 2 release on, Call of Duty will release on it. And it's very clearly them just, they don't want to get investigated by the EU. is
Well,
what's
they
going on
are.
here. Yeah. And this is going to be an ongoing story for the next couple podcast episodes, but I just want to
Yeah,
make sure
because
that
I
we
think
always-
it's supposed to. The investigation can go until March, so like, we're gonna keep hearing about it.
Yeah, so we'll probably have a quick update on it here or there. But I thought it was significant 2 weeks ago, and now the story's like simmered a little bit, so not quite as scathing anymore, but still wanted to bring it up before celebrating the next topic, which is that Persona 5 has now officially launched on just literally every console. It's on Switch, it's on PC, it's on Xbox. Never thought I'd say those words. I believe it's 5 and Royal, or it might just be Royal. I don't know. Some combination of the original and Royal are on every platform. So if you've been holding off on playing it, go play it. I know a ton of Persona 5 fans out there have never played the game. You should go play this game. Yeah.
Freeman,
My
I will
soapbox.
make you a
done.
deal. If you take Henry for an entire week, I will play Persona in that week.
You, can't, you won't beat
You're
Persona in a
done.
week.
You know what?
That's
No,
That's
no,
a bad idea, but we'll do it.
there's
you-
not enough hours in the week, bro.
Oh no, I lost audio.
Listen, I'll take Henry. Val will not be happy with this, but I'll take Henry.
Nah, she'll be like, oh, good. Vacation. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Tyler.
Good vacation. Wait. Hold up.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking in another Discord right now, and I see somebody who might be playing some Persona 5 right now
Uh,
for the
Good.
first time
They should be
ever.
playing it.
Are
Alright,
we moving on?
Yeah. So
Well,
Persona
you
5
do-
is definitely a Japanese game. So I
There
think it's
it
just
is.
perfect. It's just a perfect transition right into the Weeb shit.
wow.
Oh.
I couldn't get the soundboard working. I would have had to restart my computer. We were already behind schedule. So yeah, wow, indeed. First and foremost, what I'm excited about is one, the author of One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100 announced that he's working on a new manga series, and my first thought is, oh good lord, how ugly is it going to be? And then I saw the preview images, and I realized, oh no, when they say he's writing the story for
And
it,
he's
someone
not
else is
drawing it.
illustrating it. So he's doing a One Punch Man, but this one is a medieval fantasy. So I'm like, all right, you know what? He's already done superhero. He's done modern day slice of life. Let's see him try something new.
Wait,
so this
what is
might
his
be
modern day slice of life?
Mob Psycho 100.
Get the fuck out of here.
What? Go watch Mob and tell me I'm wrong.
No,
Slice
you're
of
wrong.
life.
Good lord. It's
You're wrong.
I don't know how to describe the structure of the story in any other way. It's kid goes to high school and hijinks happen in his off time. That sounds like slice of life to me. Although we haven't gotten the beach episode or the hot spring episode, so I don't really know.
Yeah, exactly. That means it ain't real.
Yeah, but either way, end of the month we're getting the first chapter. I don't know which company is publishing it, so I don't know if it's going to be released English simultaneously.
How can we be a month away and not know?
Oh, I lost audio again. This is so
Oh
stupid.
my god. What is happening? Ever since Freeman's internet died last week, literally, yeah, Aiden, we were literally seconds away from recording the podcast, and Freeman suddenly disappears and messages and goes, "You guys won't believe it. Optimum died in my building."
Well, they
I
have
believe
a
Bro, Optimum dies around here all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
I
Oh
They're
yeah,
the
you're right down
worst
the hill
service
from
provider.
Freeman.
Yeah,
Freeman,
no,
that's right.
Friedman.
yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, the first
'Cause
year
it
I was here,
happened
it
to me.
happened like once a month. But what's happening tonight is not that. This is just me and Discord have
No, I know,
problems.
but I'm talking about last week.
Yeah, no, it's been a struggle. Anyway, sorry. What were we just saying? I said something about the company publishing, and then you started.
Oh
asking
yeah, I
questions, and
asked
completely lost
how
that.
I said how is it possible a month away we don't know?
Oh no, I haven't looked it up. I'm not
okay.
saying we the community. I'm saying
Oh, he died.
Oh,
Yep.
We the
Optimum
community
died
are
again.
saying nothing.
There it is. I was about
it,
to say.
oh my fucking god! It just Discord closed and reopened entirely.
The timing
whole
was
app.
so
Fuck this
perfect,
much.
Freeman.
Gotta love it.
What was I just?
You
saying?
said we the community are saying, and then
In
it
the
cut
community.
hard.
Bloop.
Anyway, the four of us don't know. The community does know. If it is Shonen Jump who owns it, I know that they have committed to, for their digital series, simultaneously releasing in other languages. So we might get it at the end of the month, depending who's releasing it. I'm not googling it because I don't want to use up any more bandwidth and kick myself off of Discord permanently here. But that's that. Moving on,
Oh, this
tangential
one's-
connection because this guy voices my favorite character, Mob Psycho. We got another anime voice actor cheating scandal, and we'll see how this one plays out.
Man,
This
these are
one,
just coming out every fucking month, aren't they?
they honestly they are, but this one is wild because of the balls on this man. Just to clarify,
Yeah,
I'm not complimenting him for what he did. I'm in awe of the absurdity of what he did. So dude gets married 20 years ago. This is during the era where all voice actors need to appear single because they're all low-key idols and they need to keep their fan bases. So he doesn't tell anyone he's married. 10 years go by. He's working on a radio show and he starts dating one of the staffers there. He doesn't tell her that he's married. He doesn't tell anyone that he's married. Most of his colleagues just had no fucking clue. And over the years there have been tabloids going out that hey, he's actually secretly married. And this was his cover story because the girl he was dating thought that the tabloid papers were about the two of them. And that's why he kept denying it, because they weren't married and they also weren't publicly together. But he not only hid from his wife that this shit was going on for 10 years, but he hid from this girl that he was married for 10 years. So when the story broke, she found out had a mental breakdown and was hospitalized.
Damn.
And this is like hearing this story pissed me off because I love the sound of this man's voice. I love him in every show he's in, and I
He's
hate
in
hearing people being an asshole.
quite a lot of shows.
He's in a lot.
Like
For anyone
what?
who doesn't play Final Fantasy VII in English, he's Japanese Cloud Strife.
That's how
He's-
famous this guy is.
If
He
you
plays
play Fate
Cloud.
Grand Order, he's Merlin. If you watch that one baseball anime, Ace of the Diamond, he's the catcher. If you watch Mob Psycho, he's Reagan. If you watch JoJo Part 4, he's oh my god, the illustrator Rohan.
Well, you know what
he's-
they say, kids: don't meet your heroes.
For real. I have to keep checking like who's on my favorites list on my anime list because I had to be like, all right, gotta keep this list squeaky
What's that
clean
meme
now.
that's that always the meeting of X person, and like recently I kept seeing on Reddit the meeting of the unhated YouTubers as no one, and now it's going to turn into the meeting of
Right.
anime voice actors who haven't been in a cheating scandal, and it's going to turn into nobody.
Yeah, I just don't want to see him lose all his roles. Like I know with the guy who voices
Anos
Anos
Voldigod.
Voldigod, like his big issue was that he had cheated on Lisa and her fan base was bigger. Whereas I don't know what's going on with this guy. There's been no talk of him losing roles yet, which I hope he. All right, I don't know if I hope he doesn't, just because I like his acting. I don't like him as a person, but I like his acting, and it's. I don't know. I'm in the camp of separate the artist from the work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Separate
although,
it from the artist.
although it's kind of difficult to do when it's just some dude voicing a cartoon character.
Yeah, but all the people who drew the cartoon, Anos Voldigod's new voice actors sound so bad.
I honestly I agree. As someone who loves Goblin
I
Slayer,
know we already
who
talked
loved-
about it, but
someone who loved what was that show? The Perfectly Ready Hero. What the fuck was that show called?
what?
Perfecto Ready. Tyler, you watched the show.
Wait, say it again.
Cautious Hero. That was the show.
Cautious hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he I realized this man has one voice and he uses it in every show, and this is not the voice that Anos is supposed to have.
Anus? You mean anus? Voldigod?
Yeah, Anus
Don't
Voldigod.
talk about my boy like that.
Don't talk about your boy.
the
Anus.
episode's gonna come out. Me and Aiden are gonna watch it, and we'll decide if it's okay to keep watching the show.
Yeah. We'll let you know. Please hold.
We will make the decision if this is working or not.
Oh God, I hope it's okay.
All right, so moving on. We got some movie announcements here. Some of these are just for U.S. audiences. Some of these are brand new movies coming out. But first and foremost, I think it's like it was either a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Crunchyroll comes out and says, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The Quintuplets movie is finally releasing. And how are they doing it? They're doing an actual theatrical release for this shit in December.
I don't know how Tyler and Freeman aren't clapping
am
audibly right now.
Fucking
so excited.
I'm just mad. No, he said this, and I should be happy, but instead I'm mad. It shouldn't take us this fucking long to
But
get this.
We've come so far. We've come so far from where we were before.
And you know
Broly
what?
came out
Yeah,
like
wow.
5 years
We've
before
come
we got
so
it in the
far.
US.
Instead of a year, it only took 4 months for it to show up later.
Nah, I'm still mad because I know I'm gonna be mad about the ending.
Oh, I already know who wins, and I'm still mad about that.
Like, yeah, I don't know who wins, but I know I'm gonna be mad about it. So that's all that
Yeah.
matters, really.
But I
Yeah,
want
'cause
to be
you heard
mad in a
Freeman's
theater.
mad, and it's like, oh well.
Listen,
there's only certain answers there.
I'm going to write fan fiction anyway on the real winner, and that's gonna be the canon. I don't give a fuck. The writer's wrong on this one.
When you said Freeman's angry, my first thought is that's my secret. I'm always angry.
Oh yeah, listen. So remember we were talking about how we think the writers are better than the source material. This is that. This is that. But I know I'm right though.
Yeah, I'm just excited to have another theater moment with the guys. I know we've talked about it a lot before on the podcast, but watching Konosuba in theaters with you guys like elevated the viewing experience.
Tyler, I told Freeman this. It's like half tempting to just go with this just to see you three freak out.
Oh, it's gonna be great. You're gonna watch me, Freeman, Luigi, fucking freak out and start laughing our asses off, and have imagine having a whole theater of weebs look at you like you're the fucking weird one.
Tyler, I wish so bad
Then
I had
go!
gotten to
Come
go
with
to
us.
fucking Konosuba.
And come with us.
Like
oh
watch,
yeah, the
Ming-
Konosuba. Yeah, you missed.
I would have.
Like I guarantee, end of the movie, main character's gonna kiss whatever girl he ends up with, and all of us are gonna stand up and just shout at the screen, "Boo!"
Oh yeah, I'm keyed up for that, and then everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
They ruined the movie.
ruined the movie.
You're gonna see on
Dare they
Twitter.
spoil his big kiss with a fuck? What's her name? Worst girl.
Ishka.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yo, yeah,
Anyway.
we were talking about it. My buddy Felipe and I were talking about it. We were explaining to Michelle
Oh boy.
about quintuplets and why we're
boy.
so mad at this show. She's still with me, so I think it's all right. I think it's okay.
Well,
I had to explain
Tyler's
why
like,
Miku
"Oh,
was best girl.
Thank God we crossed the hurdle of is she gonna tolerate my quintuplets opinion?
Dude, listen. If that was like the first 2 months, I would have never heard from her again.
It's me or it's Miku. There's no other way.
It's me or it's Miku. You can't, no. It's more like it's me and Miku.
Me and
It's a
Miku,
package
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
It's a package deal. Like you can't just take one of us, or you gotta take both of us. Oh God.
All right, so let's move along. Crunchyroll announced one more coming. So, Laid Back Camp, which season 2 ended
Yes,
forever
this
ago,
is what's important.
has this continuation / future time skip movie that may have already come out in Japan. I don't know,
Yeah, it
but
did.
they confirmed it is
course it
coming
did.
to the U.S. It's not going to theaters, so we're only getting the home release. But
It's
I remember
fine.
my
We can
exact.
settle in the. We can Freeman. We'll go into the basement. We'll go into the basement. We have the nice big couch now. We have the built-in electric fireplace, and we'll
Yes,
turn it
true
on the
basement
giant TV.
dwellers.
I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I told Val when we realized it wasn't in theaters. I said Secret Society Blanket has expanded its members
Yep.
because this is going to be a cozy watch.
Yep.
But one thing I didn't get to put on here because it actually happened in the last week is we got confirmation that we're getting a season 3 of Laid Back Camp.
Yo.
With no other details given. I don't know if it's going to be like post time skip movie or if it's before the time skip after season 2. Frankly, I don't care. I love this show. I will take anything they throw at us because this isn't some. I don't even give a shit about the plot. I just want to watch a show and feel cozy.
Yep.
All I care about. Next thing, we got a trailer for the Kaguya-sama movie, which was just a lot of reused footage from last season. It almost felt like an early teaser where they just don't want to show you anything because it's not ready. But the movie comes out in like a month and a half in Japan, so I don't know what they're doing with this marketing push. But that's happening. No word on when we're going to see it outside of Japan, unfortunately. And then last but not,
Why would we? Why would we?
I feel like this is a Shonen Jump property. Like they were good with Demon Slayer, they were decent with Jujutsu Kaisen, but unfortunately, this is not a battle shonen, so it's not going to get that treatment. Even though this movie is going to be like how do I put it? It's like Demon Slayer. It's the next canon plot line. It's not an anime original movie, so like we'll need to watch this prior to season 4 or whenever that inevitably happens. So yeah, we need this shit to happen soon.
Which it
And then the last thing that got announced, just to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Sword Art Online's anime airing. Actually, I don't know if it was announced for the 10th anniversary, or just because it was the day that Sword Art the game was launched in universe. But they announced a new anime original movie project for Sword Art Online. My first thought was they need to finish their current Sword Art Online movie project before they do more, because we're still waiting for, I think, Sword Art Online Progressive 2 hasn't come out in the US and 3 is still coming out in Japan. So that has to finish first, but they're doing a new original movie, and the last time they did an original movie, SAO Ordinal Scale, it wasn't bad. Like, it was a pretty decent anime original movie, except for like the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes fucking suck. Where they're just like, let's be super nostalgic and go back to SAO to fight the final boss, and it's like, you didn't have to do that. The movie was fine without this callback. But their animation team in that was stellar, so I'm actually very excited. I would love to see another SAO movie. But that's it for the Weeb shit. We had a big season premiere while we were off not doing the podcast, so it was mostly just new shows starting as opposed to real news.
And we have so many to work through that we have to keep these to like 5 minutes of pop.
Yeah,
or
we'll
less.
just have to go quickly here.
But I will go. Actually, Tyler, I think you said you also watched this.
Yeah,
So
Rings of Power.
For context, not anime, real shows first.
yes.
Yeah, not anime.
So
Normie nerd shit, I guess.
So Val
whatever.
being a massive Lord of the Rings fan, we were of course going to try and watch Rings of Power, despite some trepidation from her in the intro, and or in the trailer. And Rings of Power was Not incredible.
Talk about meh.
A good way to burn $500 million.
So what about it
Yeah.
was bad? Was it the story? Was it
Writing.
the acting? Was it just the
Yeah.
effects? What was it?
The
Writing.
only good thing about it, I think, were like the set pieces.
Yeah.
Like the visual effects were stellar. Everything else about the show was pretty bad.
Yeah. The writing, whack. The characters, whack. The story, whack.
Whack.
These
Yeah.
fucking elves, whack.
Tyler,
What?
bold take. The only storyline that's any fun at all is Elrond and
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say. That's the only thing that I liked.
even though the whole thing with Mithrael being needed to save the elves is literally just brain dead stupid. But him and oh my god, why can't I remember the
Why
dwarf's
am I
name?
The
Fuck.
elf guy, or not elf, the dwarf guy.
Fuck Elrond and
Yeah, I
Durin,
can't even.
Durin.
Guys,
Durin,
come on.
yeah. Dude, I
Their
suck.
plot line is so fun. Durin, like they fuck around. They have good honor with each other. They are clearly best bros.
Yeah, I don't know what it is
Um,
with some of these elf, like dwarf, like gay relationships. I'm all for it, though. Like that just seems to be a thing.
Dude, like the table shit. As soon as he said it, I'm like, he's fucking around, and this is great. Just destroy all of these fucking elf losers.
Yeah, no, it's great.
There's a meeting in the Elf Kingdom where Durin shows up. He's this redhead dwarf. He's Elrond's like BFF forever. It's so wholesome. And he sits down at this table and he goes, Elf King, by the way, where'd you get this table? This rock is like sacred dwarven rock that like is supposed to be closely guarded and like literally never leave dwarven lands. Where'd you get this table from? Elf King just kind of sputters and goes, we'll send it back with you immediately. And after dinner, Elrond goes, so you're just making it up about the rock, right? And Durin just goes, oh, my wife has wanted a beautiful new table for years now, and I can finally give her a nice new dinner table.
Yeah,
and
that was pretty
The
good.
Elf King literally looks like if you made Liam Neeson look like an asshole.
Dude.
He looks like such a lookalike. It's weird.
The whole time I was like, this isn't Liam Neeson, but this is like.
But it sure looks like it.
discount. Yeah.
But like Galadriel's whole storyline is just like, why are you so mean to everyone?
Dude, tell me why she's a bitch to everybody
Literally.
she meets. And like why? Like you wonder why you have no friends, and I guess that's the point. But even still, like I don't know. Yo, tell me why. Oh my God, what the hell is his name? The elf guy who went back to.
Yeah, the
How come he didn't just go back and like hit up his elf friends?
takes too long, and the woman he loved was still there.
Like I hate it. Like I absolutely hate it.
Something bad writers.
The sword being a key to open
The sword
thing.
being a key, like I know it would have been better if that kid turned out to be an actual school shooter.
Sounds like some Kingdom Hearts shit.
Also, Sauron's plan. Like, what is his plan? The whole like.
Michelle called that he was Sauron the entire.
Oh, see, me and
since
Val weren't even sure until I got spoiled by the internet.
It was
It
obvious.
was really obvious.
It was blaringly obvious. It's like, where'd you get this? Where'd you get this necklace, bud? and I said at first, I'm like, this motherfucker could have gotten this shit from anywhere. Like, what the fuck? Like they're just accepting it.
Literally use the phrase, I bought it from a merchant, and bam, you're off the hook.
Yeah, literally, and he was being dodgy. And then you know what? Shame on Galadriel for being a gullible fucking idiot.
Yes.
Like this was your whole life and you fucked it up.
But what
Like,
do
you're
you
an
mean?
idiot.
She's the best character, dude.
Yeah, right.
Who honestly is saying that? Like, actually,
Nobody's saying that.
Nobody.
seriously.
The same people who think Captain Marvel's also a good character.
Like,
I'm sure.
she jumps off the boat and everyone's like, "Oh my god, you jumped off the boat!" And then the king literally doesn't care. Like no one's like,
Yeah, the
wow,
king
it's pretty
doesn't
fucked up that
care.
you jumped off the boat that no one's ever jumped off of before.
It was also only like a fucking 3,000-mile swim back to shore or whatever.
Right. But you needed to do this, though. You needed to.
Yep. For
I hate
like
it.
Destiny or some bullshit, whatever.
And then, he said we should make rings, so let's make rings, except a
Right.
third one. That'll show them.
That'll show 'em. Man. Yeah, no, fuck this show. I think we decided, Michelle and I were like, if season 2 comes out, like, we'll watch it if we really got nothing else better
Yeah.
to watch. Like,
The show that was the exact opposite for me, though, where I went in with low expectations and only watched because everyone said it was good, was House of the Dragon. Val and I were going to wait till the season ended, and it almost did, and then Leslie's like, hey, why don't we got nothing to do today, let's just watch House of the Dragon.
Wait, did you watch it all in one day?
No. But we started it, like, 2 weeks before the finale, and then we finished it in time for the finale.
Gotcha.
House of the Dragon is not perfect.
It's entertaining.
I already told Freeman about it, but there is at least 1 or 2 scenes that are like actual bangers. Now, I will say, like, the whole impetus for the ending and for the Dance the Dragons prequel shit is, like, pretty stupid. Like, the whole... And the way they just use Song of Ice and Fire. Like, shut the fuck up. That's such a dumb thing to shoehorn in.
Well, here's the thing. It would have been fine if the end of that song was something we don't want to forget.
True. If that show had ended better, then everybody would be like, oh shit, they're talking about...
They're referencing the prophecy!
But
As opposed to saying they're referencing the subversion.
They're referencing the end of the Targaryen line. Wow, isn't that great? But yeah, House of the Dragon, I don't want to get into spoilers or anything, but like the acting is really good. The time stuff is weird to get used to. But if you have... I don't want to sound like one of those internet people, but if you really just pay attention at all and you think about it for a quarter second, you can follow along with the time skips enough.
You say that, but there are some really massive idiots watching the show who just didn't get it.
That is why I said what I said.
Like the number of people who, after the time skip, asked why are there 2 Princess Rhaenyras was the actual dumbest shit I've ever read.
Matt Smith plays the most punchable motherfucker you've ever seen in your fucking life.
yeah, that's also true.
More punchable than Joffrey?
Okay.
No.
No. You know what? That's fair. You actually go through many phases of wanting to like Matt Smith, and then he reminds you shouldn't, whereas Joffrey you never liked. Matt Smith constantly is like, Matt Smith, I want to root for you. And then he's like, fuck you. I'm going to be a huge dickhead.
Asshole.
No, he's an asshole. And then next episode, you're like, Matt Smith, you did the really cool action scene. I want to like you. And fuck you. I'm an asshole.
Damn.
But yeah, so it's a roller coaster with him. Everyone's doing great acting. And like I said, episode 8 has one of my favorite scenes in like all of TV, live action TV this year. Like beat any scene from Rings of Power by a mile.
I think it was probably like the best scene of the show, and there was no CG involved in it.
Nope.
It's just pure characters.
Speaking of CG, the dragons look really good. The show looks really good. They still can't make humans touching dragons look good.
It always looks awkward. It looks like they're just not touching it.
I remember in episode 1, Rhaenyra gets off her dragon and like touches it, and you just see like the fuzzy shadow under her hand, vaguely where the dragon is.
Damn. Well.
But House of the Dragon overall, but the clash of the titans of one show coming off the terrible season, and one show literally coming back from some of the best movies ever 20 years later, and they flipped. Rings of Power, pretty whatever, probably don't really care. House of the Dragon all the way back in on the new Game of Thrones stuff. Definitely will watch when Dance the Dragons shit comes out.
Wow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the whole thing. Like, I'm aware there's some
Yes, there are
interesting
problems.
writing choices that I don't
Yes.
agree with, and I'm also aware they do sort of dumb things down to make sure the audience understands. Like I'm
And
not
fall.
even going to paraphrase here. There's a scene where a character walks in a green dress, and one of the lords turns to his buddy and he says, "Hey, what color do they fly from the high tower when they're summoning their bannermen?" And the other guy looks at the dress, looks at him, and says, "I think it's green." And I'm like, "All right, well, way to not be subtle." And then, but like to me, and I'm not paraphrasing. That's
Oh no.
the exact line they say.
Yes.
And then flash forward, and at the end of every episode, they have an interview with like the director and the writers talking about what they're doing. And the writers just like, we wanted to like very subtly clue the listeners in on this. And I'm like, subtly? You just told it directly to them. So I suspect that the target audience of this show is not paying that close attention.
Yeah, nah.
But all in all, like regardless of whether you think this is 10 out of 10 writing or not, this is entertaining television, and I'm entertained.
I was not entertained by what I watched.
Of House
Oh
of
wait, did you watch
Dragon?
the whole thing?
No, I didn't watch the entire thing. I like watched like maybe 2 episodes. I think we watched 2 episodes, then we watched like the last quarter of the third episode when what's her face got roasted. And I was like, man, I don't give a shit about any of this.
Damn.
That's just me though.
Different strokes, different folks.
Yeah, I hear so far. I hear mostly mixed things from it overall.
It's if anything, it's given the Game of Thrones memers new content to meme about, and that's worth its weight in gold.
Damn,
Seeing r/free folk produce actually funny memes again is a
man,
phenomenal
I haven't
experience.
heard that fucking subreddit name in so long.
They never went anywhere. They held strong the entire time too.
Like it was honestly getting awful. It was like every day making memes of how much they hate season 8. It's like there's no way they can continue hating this. Like at some point, you have to
Freeman,
stop
have you
wanting to
seen the
make
Lord of the
memes.
Rings memes? Grond has been a thing for like years now in the Lord of the Rings memes subreddit.
But like, you can make memes about something you like. Making memes specifically about things that you hate for years and years on end when there's nothing new to hate about
Yeah,
it.
to be fair, that is a long time to live in
our
hatred.
entire generation has mental illness, so
True.
here we are.
Yeah, but we got season 2 of House of the Dragon
Alright.
coming, so it's all good.
Let's
Moving
move on. Yeah.
All right, so Umbrella Academy. I finally made more progress on this. In the time since our last
Yay.
recording, I finished season 1, and I'm about, I think, between a third and a halfway through season 2. I love what they're doing with season 2. I really liked season 1. I didn't like the way they're just like, fuck it, massive cliffhanger ending. But overall, I really enjoy it. I know, Tyler, you're not a big fan of time travel stuff, so I'm not sure how later seasons impacted your thoughts on the show.
Oh, so this is one of those shows that for some reason I just like everything about it, so I ignore it. It's one of those few things, like, and it's also just shit. Like, the time travel's so fucking stupid. Like, it literally, honestly, it does everything that I hate, but like, it's so, I don't know, it's just dumb. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like this, like, I'm not supposed to, like, I'm not meant to take this seriously. So like, I'm not upset by it. I'm honestly, I'm way too engrossed with the characters and just the mood of the show and like the aesthetic
Yeah.
that it honestly just, for lack of better like words, it just mesmerizes me, and I just kind of get lost in that.
Yeah, I just want to see more Klaus. That's all I want here. He's
Dude, Klaus.
all of his adventures are amazing. One thing I do want to talk about, for the members here who haven't watched season 1 of Umbrella Academy, you guys cool if I talk about the closing scene of season 1? Or would you prefer if I
Go
don't?
for it.
All right, cool. So the end of season 1, their whole group is getting ready to jump back in time, and the one person who's jumped time before, he came back, but he was in his younger self's body instead of the age he was when he jumped. So he explains to them, guys, I don't know if I'm able to jump us correctly. It might be a little wonky. He starts trying to jump them, and they all start de-aging. So I turn to my friend. I'm like, oh, so they're all kids next season. And he looks at me and goes, no. And I'm like, what? So it cuts to the next season, and they're just suddenly not kids. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
were they going for with that then? Like, were they trying to make us think it was going to be like that and then just bait and switch, or they just didn't know they were getting a season 2, so they didn't do that? I don't know. That was my only pet peeve going into season 2, but otherwise season 2 is really good.
You can't take this show seriously. You can't do it.
Yeah. I realize when
And
when the main villains of season ones when their names are Cha Cha and Hazel, I realize it's not really that serious of a show.
yeah, especially all right. So like when you get into like season 3, especially like it's
Even more deranged.
it's yeah. Like you're gonna look at it like, how is this all happening? How are they? How is any of this existing?
Gotcha.
And like it gets pretty crazy, but like I still liked it. I like this current season.
I mean, I'm enjoying season 2. It's got like big Forrest Gump living through history energy to it. And I
Yes,
really like when media does that.
yeah, that's cool. I'm reconsidering on reading the comic too. So who knows? I don't know.
Nice. All right, that's all I wanted to say about Umbrella Academy. Let's keep going.
That's all I want to say about that.
Jet Man.
So I put this
What did you put?
What the hell is this?
So-
Why are you watching this movie?
because I was mildly curious, you know.
Explain to the listeners what movie this is.
Yes, I'm trying to.
Enola Holmes 2. Why would anybody watch this? What is
So
this?
years ago, there was the Enola Holmes movie, which was like 11 and The Witcher are like in the Holmes family. I don't know. I had, so it's funny. I had fond memories of the first movie. When Netflix announced the second one was coming, it was like last week. So this past weekend, when we were just looking for something to watch, I'm like, hey, why don't we just watch the Enola Holmes 2? And then I went on Letterboxd afterward, Tyler, and I realized I gave the first one a 2.5. And I gave this one a 3. This movie's fine. It's a lot of weird, like, it makes me feel so boomer when I say it's like millennial shit, but like 11 constantly, like there's a scene that stuck with me where oh my god, I'm being mean calling her 11. I forgot her name. I can't think right now. What's the actress's name?
Millie
11.
Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown, thank you. She goes to a ball as part of an investigation. She's actively wanted by the police at the time. And she literally looks up nothing about courtesy or etiquette and just walks up to a single guy in this dress that looks like nothing anyone else is wearing and goes, "I would like to talk to you, sir." And everyone around her just looks around and goes, "You need a chaperone. You both do, to talk to each other." And she just goes, "What? A chaperone? What is this? This is ridiculous." And it's just like, oh my god. Fucking, like,
You said the same thing about the first movie.
I'm sure I did.
Like legitimately, you said this.
I believe you. I believe you.
So see, that's an automatic turn off for me.
I don't, honestly, part of it is that the actual investigation scenes, especially when Henry Cavill comes in as Sherlock and actually does stuff. Like, there's a scene where Enola bumps into Sherlock getting kicked out of a bar at the middle of the night. The next morning, he wakes up at his place and goes, "Why were you in a matchstick factory yesterday?" And she goes, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, your fingertips are turning a different color because the phosphorus you were working with yesterday is oxidizing. Why were you at a matchstick factory?" And I'm like, that's cool. That's actually like Sherlock Holmesy shit where he noticed this even though he was like blackout drunk. That's a cool moment. But like this, it's so few and far between. It's so much of Millie Bobby Brown just being like, "I can't believe things work like this. This is so dumb. We need to fix this." And at the end, there's like a kind of over the top girl power scene. That was pretty funny.
Of course, because there has to be.
Overall, it's fine. Like I said, I gave the first one 2.5. I gave this one 3. Maybe I don't even. It's whatever. It's fine. Some of the action's cool, but overall, that's it. I don't need to keep talking about it. But what it is worth talking about is that Freeman watched some anime. He caught up on some important anime.
I finished 4 anime sequels I want to talk about. The first one is the most important on this list.
Most important.
Yeah. So, Tyler, how far did you get into Made in Abyss Season 2?
Not far. In fact, I didn't continue because I thought we'd keep watching it at Tim's house.
I mean,
so when you're never here.
I mean, I'm down to rewatch Season 2 because it was pretty fucking good, but holy shit. I never, ever want to meet the author of this franchise. this man is a lunatic. Coming up with this plot for a whole season.
Yeah.
This was, how do I put this? I had a painful look on my face when I gave this thing a 10. Like, this was a difficult season to watch. So much strange, weird horror shit.
Yeah, honestly, I
don't know what to say about this.
Damn,
I love
I'm excited to watch it now.
Yes, please do.
Is the movie relevant to it?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
like
Literally,
For
the
once.
I haven't been able to see the movie.
Okay,
For once, a movie is
so relevant. Literally, the movie ends as they step through a door, and this season picks up as they step through that door.
Like, yeah, the closing scene is the opening scene of the season.
It is
Okay.
a direct continuation.
All right, well, shit, I gotta see that fucking movie.
I mean,
then.
it's a
The
good
movie's
ass
also
movie.
excellent, so it's worth watching.
Yeah,
I had a hard time finding it when it first came out. So
Yeah, no, I need to keep watching it. I've been bad, but I been wanting to watch it though, obviously.
yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. Unlike the next show I'm going to talk about. After a lot of procrastinating, I finally finished the last season of Fruits Basket. And I've already vented to Val about this because she watched up till the final season but didn't follow through on it any further. It wrapped everything up nice and neatly, and I'm mad about it. Like the villain of the show goes like super villain, stabs two people, pushes the main character off a cliff, and this is in like a high school slice of life anime. This goes unhinged, and everyone forgives the main villain, and everyone has a happy ending.
Whoa.
And I was just pissed. I'm like, you built this shit up for 70 episodes just to hand wave it as it's okay. It's just trauma. It's not a problem.
It's just trauma.
It's just trauma. Fruits Basket fans, I don't forgive you for hyping this shit up. I get it. It had a cohesive ending. Like, yes, I love Fullmetal Alchemist for the same reason. But like, if your ending is garbage, is it good? I don't know. I don't recommend Fruits Basket.
Damn. Did you tell Leslie that?
No, I haven't told her. I know she'll be heartbroken when I tell her this. But like, the first 3 seasons of Fruits Basket were good. Just the way they ended it sucked. Not gonna lie. Although I might lie to Leslie because I don't need to give her more ammunition to hate. Anyway, on to other shows that weren't garbage. Bookworm season 3. I slow rolled the shit out of this season. Overall, not as good as seasons 1 or 2. Tried introducing some weird shit into the plot line. There's a lot of magic battles. This felt like a shonen more than anything else. And then the last episode like throws us for a loop. They definitely had to speed this. So it was only a 10-episode season, and an interview with the director after the fact said that he had to fight the production committee to even get 10 episodes because they wanted him to do it in 7. So from the sound of it, we are never getting a Bookworm season 4. Which is weird because this brings us into I think they call it like arc 3, and there's like 7 arcs in the book now. So like there's still a lot of material, but the production committee is just very stingy. So they're probably not going to move forward, and if they do, it's going to be a while when the books start to wane in interest and they want to like really hype it up again. So I'm a little upset. Overall, quality-wise, season 3 was fine. I enjoyed it. I still recommend the Bookworm franchise. I'm just upset that it was a step down from season 2. And then one more rant before I'm going to open the floor for all of us to talk about the shit we're watching in the new season. But I finished Rent-A-Girlfriend season 2, which realistically I shouldn't have put it on this list here. But this is the most dumpstery trash shit I've seen in the last few years. Like Rent-A-Girlfriend season 1, pretty. You know, there are embers in this dumpster fire. It's gonna be pretty bad. Rent-A-Girlfriend 2 starts, and now I'm starting to hear people whine about how since season 1 has come out, the manga has not changed the status quo. This, for anyone who doesn't know what Rent-A-Girlfriend is about, this guy gets dumped. He hires a rental girlfriend, not a prostitute. This is you hire a girlfriend to go on a date with you. No funny business. And he keeps hiring this girl who happens to be his next door neighbor, but then both of their grandparents think they're actually dating. So to keep their families happy, they keep fake rental dating. But the main character keeps also meeting other girls who may or may not be interested in him. So he sort of has a harem, but keeps cock blocking himself because he really likes the girl that he's renting, who straight up doesn't like him. And the status quo doesn't change. And every fourth episode, he goes on a date with this girl that he's paying to go on a date, and it's a perfect date, except it's not real. So the show's infuriating, but it's had some of the spiciest moments in rom-com anime this year. And that's why it's on this list here. Like, this is, if you like absolute garbage shit anime, this is the best garbage shit romance anime of the year. And it's fucking terrible. There. I'm done talking about Rent a Girlfriend until season 3 happens, which I'm pretty sure got confirmed like the moment season 2 ended.
Of course.
Which made everyone even more mad that this shit got instantly confirmed. This runs in Shonen Jump, by the way.
Incredible.
Anyway, let's talk about
Trash.
new good shows that are airing this season.
Good new shows that are airing this season.
Yeah, I just put the cream in the crop that we're watching so far, which is probably the same shows that like 99% of weebs are watching at the moment. Plus one show I snuck on the list here. But we got, well, first and foremost, we got Spy Family season 2 coming out, which is now pulling in like 6% of all Japanese households watching it as it's airing or
Yeah.
something. This is wild. This is the show that's going to increase Japan's birth rate. I'm telling you.
You think so? You think this
Everyone
is
wants
gonna
their
be
own
the
on
one?
you.
Man, I know Tyler's probably like most of the season
I
behind.
guess no one has
because
anything
he's
to add
missed
about the show.
What? Oh,
Oh,
no.
wait, no. I guess I lost audio again. I was saying
Yeah.
no one has. I guess no one has anything to really to say about the show.
No.
It's more of season 1. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know Tyler's a million weeks behind on Spy Family. This really is more of season 1, and season 1 was in the running for best show of the season, and it's in the running for best show of the season in a very stacked season. I still love it. I get huge laughs every week. Like, the thing with the Griffin Friedman is
oh boy,
one of the fun. Like, I couldn't have made 10 guesses about how that would go when they first like announced that, like, showed that skit starting, and it gut-wrenchingly funny. But then there's such good wholesome moments too. Like, then it cuts to Damien on the phone, and then it cuts to just fun, like back to funny and wholesome. Like, it's so well done.
yeah. I'll give it that. In like 80% of comedy anime, you see the punchline coming a mile away. But with Spy Family, they actually do a good job of like not making it super obvious where they're going with the joke. So I really respect that. The one thing I don't like about the season so far, and I noticed it especially the last 2 weeks, in season 1, Anya has a ton of great meme faces. In season 2, Anya almost exclusively makes meme faces.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like they
concerned
know
it's a
the-
little too much.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like, it was like every third episode or something, there was a really choice one, and now she only reacts to events in meme face. Like when Lloyd yelled at her and it was that shock moment, like with the blue background and everything. Some of them are
Yeah.
still really good. Like the one where she was miming a story, and then it zoomed out and you realize that the background was the corner of her head as she was making a meme face underneath her narrating this fake story. Like, that one was funny.
Yeah,
But
I'm
there
still
are
in
ones where it's
the
just-
less is more camp.
Yeah, no, I totally agree on that front. That's getting a little much. Speaking of the less is more camp, though, speaking of less is more, Lloyd sure shows up less in the intro than the other two characters fucking do.
Man, this is a rapid fire watch we're doing right now.
No, we're lingering
We
on
are.
Spy Family.
I'm also just talking mad shit because I don't feel the same way you guys do about this show.
Neither about Chainsaw Man. Well, actually, no, Freeman agrees with you.
Yeah,
The-
I mean, I don't
The
know.
most hype show of the
Let's talk
season.
about this. How does everyone feel about Chainsaw Man?
I think
my-
it's all right.
My
I think
question, did you
Spy
guys watch
Family's
episode 4?
all right. Yeah, I watched episode 4.
I did not watch episode 4 yet.
Tyler, did you... So, honest question. You don't have to say it's good or anything, but do you think episode 4 made the show seem better than it had for you so far?
Nah, it made it feel about the same.
Okay. I'm surprised.
Like
Okay.
I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just being an old man, but some of these things, like I recognize that they're good, but they're just not hidden.
That's fine.
Like Spy Fam is like good. I think it's good, but it's not something I look forward to every week. Same thing with Chainsaw Man. I think it's good, but it's not like I'm looking forward to it every week. Like
Yeah,
I'm in
I'll,
like the only thing I'm really looking forward to is To Your Eternity, and that's it. Like I've been watching that consistently.
We
Yeah, I'm
need
gonna
to
start
start that.
but
Like
I'll
Chainsaw Man, I think is all right.
yeah. When Chainsaw Man was starting, I'd already read volume 1 of the manga, and I kept getting roasted by my friend because I was reading, and I was looking at him like, this is just Jujutsu Kaisen. She's like, no, it's not. It gets better and
No,
different
it's
later.
not.
I'm like, that's fine. So I went in knowing this is going to have a very generic shonen start. I'm not going to knock it for that. But I got overhyped for the animation because people were calling this like the second coming of One Punch Man. And then episode 1 comes out. And ironically enough, I think episode 1 has the worst CG of the 3 episodes I've seen.
Yeah.
So it's very strange they opened with the one that was troublesome. So walking away from season 1, episode 1, I'm just like, that's it. This is the show that people are calling One Punch Man. Like they had to take so many animation shortcuts or weird choices with how they did this. Like I understand it's very artistic, but this is not. To me, it wasn't impressive, and that was the problem. I came to be visually impressed because I knew I was going to be so in the story either way. So going into episode 3. I've kind of reeled back my expectations. I'm not going expecting some big animation extravaganza. I'm just here to watch a shonen. And in that regards, it's exactly what I'm expecting.
Gotcha.
So I'm not disappointed anymore. I was very disappointed with episode 1. I'm excited to watch more episodes. Is my opinion on Chainsaw Man now. But I'm not in the camp that it's the best show this season.
No,
At least not yet.
I
If the
wouldn't
plot
say
picks
that.
up, if the plot picks up later, I'll change my tune. But right now, I'm just whelmed and enjoying.
Yep, I would agree. No, I think Val and I are slightly higher than that, but same. It's not the show I look forward to most every week. Honestly, not to jump around, but since we've mostly exhausted Chainsaw Man, I'm pretty hyped for My Hero Academia every week, and that is so weird to say
No,
after the
I'm
last
in-
few years.
Complete agreement with you on that statement. This season of Hero Academia is doing all the shit we were yelling at them to do last season that they just didn't do. Like they're like, fine, it's not at high school anymore. There's no more bullshit filler.
People are dying a lot.
People are dying. The villains are threatening. The heroes aren't omnipotent. Like someone could die.
Many
at any
people have
moment.
died already.
Like we're at the point where like what's his name, Lightning Guy, has a scene where he's talking, and I'm just like, is this a death flag scene they're going for here? Like it was very realistic that they might have gone for a kill there, and then in classic Hero Academia fashion, they didn't, but they could have, and that was the part that was scary.
I'll wait till the season's over.
Honestly, not a
Tyler,
bad idea. I wasn't watching the first couple week to week, and I blitzed through it, and this season in particular is very easy to binge.
If that's the intent, I'd say it's fine. If it's a doubt in the quality, I think it's fine to start now. But if you just want to binge, then I get it.
Nah, I have a doubt because I'm just not for it.
Tyler,
I don't blame
I
you
don't
after what
blame
happened
you
last
either.
season. But
Yeah,
this season's like actually entertaining.
we'll see.
multiple
What
people
about-
have died like every single episode, and it's great.
But we should keep getting through this though.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was gonna say,
we're leaving
the
too much on
opposite
this
of-
goddamn anime shit.
So
We're
anyway, the
almost done.
opposite. Well, no, we're almost done. So the opposite of Chainsaw Man, where I came for animation, was underwhelmed, and now I'm sitting here waiting for story. Opposite scenario. I came to Bleach looking for story, got none of that shit, but got movie quality animation. Bleach, I don't know why I expected it to come back and have better writing than it did. It came back and had the same quality of writing it always has. But like the animation they're doing for this season is stellar. There's like actual real lighting on characters that just was never done before in the Bleach franchise. So I'm immensely enjoying this season. It's every episode has been beautiful. So Bleach is back. It's the king. Now you feel like number one. All I'm gonna say about that.
As someone who didn't watch any of Bleach, I watched the first like 3 episodes of this with Val. Even for someone who never watched the show, when the music kicked on in episode 1, that was pretty hype. But like the animation is really pretty freaking good in this show. Like I think I saw on Reddit the joke was that they saved 20 years worth of budget so that they could pay for this animation, but it actually seems like it.
The real thing is they got the team that normally does like the good arcs of Boruto to come and do this because they realize Boruto just prints money. They don't need animation for that.
They don't need animation to earn money.
All right, let's close out the last two, and then we'll talk about some video games.
Let's talk about one that Tyler's watching with us.
Mobile
Witch
Suit
of
Gundam.
Gundam.
The Witch from Mercury.
Sorry, the Gund frame.
The Gund arm.
The Gund
Is that-
arm.
Anyway, new Gundam franchise. This is it's not Universal Century, so anyone can jump in. Kits are out. Go buy their plastic.
As
Right.
as the follow-up spiritually to Iron Blooded Orphans, this leaves a lot to be desired, but the mech fights are hot though. Too bad there's
Really?
not more of them.
I feel like this is supposed to be the. All right, actually, no. I'll hold my judgment. I'm going to say this might actually be the spiritual successor to Gundam Seed, but we'll find out.
I mean, Freeman, I just meant in terms of the next, like, we're finally getting another new Gundam show that isn't Universal Century.
I mean, as long as we ignore what happened with like the Build series, because that was an even
Yeah,
worse.
who
Gundam
wouldn't
altogether.
ignore that? That's like the Lego show. That's not the same thing.
But it was a. All right, yeah. Go ahead.
No, that was it basically.
No. I'm saying you. All right.
Like I'm
I
not.
was sure if you're gonna go on.
I think I look forward to watching this anytime because the Gundam fights are good. I just wish they were longer and more happened. They look gorgeous, but man, when they're like, move,
got this-
move, done. It's like, when are we gonna get a
Too bad
fight that
the-
lasts more than 2 minutes of action?
The story sucks.
Yeah, it's a little.
I think the story just needs. I understand all your concerns, and I agree. It's not starting that strong. I'm hoping this ends up
Bro,
being
I'm
one of those
tired
Gundam-
of this fucking school shit. I'm tired.
Look,
I'm
they
tired. I'm
need
angry
more
about it.
African war children. Okay, like that.
Yes, that's what I want. I want African war children. Like, what is this?
It's pretty good.
Man, I
That's
wish I
what I'm
hadn't been
saying,
laughing,
like-
so I could have ripped that audio from Tyler to save that forever.
Dude. Fuck it, dude. I just I'm done. Like I think that's like another reason why I'm like just annoyed with half the fucking anime. Like I'm just done with it because like it's all the same shit. It's all the same thing, man. I need something else. I don't need this school stuff. I don't need it. I don't want it.
What if it moves past the school?
If it
Like, what
moves
if it
past
just starts
school,
here and it moves
great.
past?
Like that's honestly why like I kind of want like to see what happens with My Hero and how that is like over and like most of these other shows that like a lot of these beats are so similar. Like I want to say Chainsaw Man is cool, but like how many times have you guys heard me say shit, especially about like these last couple of seasons, where I'm just like I am tired of this. It is the same as this thing.
Yeah,
I say it so much. It's
I
gotten
really
to a
don't
point.
blame you.
Yeah, and like that's honestly why I've only been watching like well, I'm surprised I haven't been watching Made in Abyss. But like oh no, I know why I haven't because I haven't asked for credentials. That's about
Oh
it.
yeah, feel free to ask later.
Yeah, but like that's the only reason why I've been watching like To Your Eternity because I'm like this is the only thing that's different
Yes.
Yeah.
Nope, totally
than
fair.
like most other things that I have been watching. So like, you know.
Can agree.
All right, I'm done. I'm done ranting about how I'm not happy with anime right now.
All right, well then you're really not gonna like the show that I'm about to talk about next. Too.
Right.
So this one is the big mystery for me going, and this was the one that High Dive spent all their fucking money on this season. The show called The Eminence in Shadow. I read the synopsis. It's about this dude named Sid who runs an organization that hides in the shadows to hunt the shadows. They are the secret spy network that hunts down evil villains, and he runs his organization. Except he doesn't know that he's running this organization. And I read that line. I'm like, no way. This sounds like horseshit. So I watch episode 1, and it starts in a normal Japanese high school. Nothing about this episode has anything to do with the synopsis I read. Plot is some girl. She's an ex-idol. She goes through school. There's one guy in her class. He literally just won't remember her name. He's the main character. She gets kidnapped. She's going to get sold off into slavery when that guy from her class just shows up with 2 crowbars ranting to these terrorists about how he wants to be the eminence in shadow and why a crowbar is the greatest martial arts weapon to ever be created, and proceeds to just like murk these 2 soldiers. I'm sitting here watching this. I'm like, when does the When does the synopsis happen? Straight up doesn't. Credits start rolling. I'm sitting here so confused at what I'm watching, and then I notice we're only 15 minutes into the episode. Credits finish rolling, and the girl who just got rescued starts reading a news report about how some dude just died, got hit by a truck, and then it hits me. I'm like, this is all just pre-isekai. We still got to get into the story.
A pre-isekai?
A pre-isekai. Then they do a flash forward to show him heading up this organization. Then I'm not, I don't want to spoil the rest of the show for you guys, but every single episode feels like I'm watching a different anime because of just the whiplash of the different story beats this show is attempting to do. And it comes off as like it's trying to be a parody, but it's almost taking itself seriously. And I'm not sure what it's supposed to be going for. Most people acknowledge that it's trying to be over the top intentionally. And for that, I can enjoy it. It's like the same way you have like Anos just being like you have overpowered main character, and then you have like Anos' almost borderline parody of being the overpowered main character, and that's kind of what's going on here with the whole heading up an evil organization shit. Overall, if you want a trash isekai that's actually entertaining because it's making fun of common story beats and just speedrunning the whole process, this is the show. This is not generic. This is point and laugh at isekai. And God, I am pointing and laughing.
Jesus.
I really want to try this. I need to find time, but I have no time right now. But when I do,
not to spoil the whole thing.
I'm gonna
just
watch
episode
this.
1.
Man, you got plenty of time, I'm sure. What could be taking up all your time?
I'm so tired.
Hey, listen, if our friend Rick can get on for Call of Duty every night,
Nope.
I believe in you.
Nope.
Damn.
Not when. Is that when his kid's sick or no?
I played
Damn,
the fifth.
got him.
Played the fifth on that.
Tyler, why don't you and Nathan talk about video games?
I will.
Yeah, Vigigams.
I'll talk about some mediocre stuff, some good stuff, and some more mediocre stuff. So, yeah, so Returnal. I played that. It's a roguelike. I don't know Ian, what is it?
It's a AAA roguelite.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a roguelite.
With some like Metroidvania style stuff going on.
Yeah.
Wait, it's like an over-shoulder third person?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
a little further out than over the shoulder, but it's third person.
Gotcha.
Same deal. You beat this, right? Or no?
Me, I've only played it. Like I've only seen Fabio play it.
Oh, okay.
I know enough about it, and like it's cool, but no, I have not played this. I don't really plan on playing it because it's one of those that I've kind of seen it. I know what the deal is, and like, well, I mean, I feel some type of way about like roguelites right now. So,
I see. This one is especially kind of fucked, like, because this one, the only thing that I would say that improves your combat capabilities, like, so the premise is you play as this girl, and she crash lands on this planet, answering a distress signal, and every time she dies, she is sent back, into the crash, and every time she goes back, she finds out more about what her fucking deal is, right? It's one of those. But more importantly, the only upgrades you get are things that are traversal things. Like, it's nothing that will help you in combat. So whenever you start the game, you are starting from basically zero. The only thing that carries over are these is this currency, and what you can do with this currency, like you can unlock chests, and you can buy upgrades at the start of your runs, and that's about it. It's kind of fucked up. It's like really hard in that regard. So it's like this game is one of those games where it's like you can literally fucking tank and just not do well at all for a hot minute, and then like, because I think the first biome, Aiden, I like could not get past the first boss, and then I got some loadout that literally carried me all the way to the fourth or fifth biome.
yeah. Well, I mean, something roguelites, man.
Yeah,
Like you know, some people, it's like, bro, another rogue, well, sort of like this game had roguelite-ish elements in it in the beginning. But do you remember that card game?
Oh, the Inscription.
Inscription.
Freeman also
Inscription,
played that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still
So
stuck in Act 3, but I'm getting through that.
in the first act of that, right, you have like the branching paths, and it's kind of like a roguelitey bit. I
Yeah.
probably died like 12 times on that.
Oh, I struggled
And
hard
like
on part
before,
1.
and like just like before the first boss, like in total, I probably took like 50 attempts to make it through that act or whatever. And then Mike played it, and Mike, he took like 30 or 40 attempts. PJ
Oh my God, PJ, that's right. Like
PJ
first
played
shot.
the first act and one shot it.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
like, I don't know how you did that, but like this
Yep. He got
this
lucky.
is what
He
happens
got
when
he's
you're
had
in
a
the
lucky
favors
run.
of RNGesus.
Yeah, he got really fucking lucky. He got so lucky.
Yeah, he got like a ringworm or whatever to like 40/40 or some bullshit like that. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? That is basically kind of
It,
how
it,
like it
it's
is with Returnal.
it's just a theme that recurs across roguelite games.
Yeah. Either you hit or you don't. It's almost like you're just playing the game until you get that like sweet build.
Yeah. And like
You
getting
know?
Jacob's ladder and the fucking brimstone or some shit in
Yeah.
like Isaac or like,
Exactly.
there's always like the one thing that's just like, oh well, I guess I'm just a god now.
Yeah. Michelle watched me beat this game, and we were kind of talking about how he felt about it afterwards. And she was saying the same thing, and she never played like before I came around. She started like she watched all of her like games. She never played anything, or she plays stuff, but not like anything too skill intensive. So she's like, it sounds like Hades is just better. I was like, damn, because like
Facts. Hades is just better,
just
unfortunately.
yeah, like just because
Uh,
like you get like perma upgrades, and like you can like you have the opportunity to really like spec your shit out, like build stuff as you go along. Like you have a lot more options to
and
choose from.
I also think the 3D, like the 3D shmups, I feel like doesn't really work that well, and this is kind of like that. It's almost bullet helly in a way,
Yes,
and
it
like
as
having that in a 3D environment is pretty painful for me, anyways. So
no,
Like
it
hard to see what's
is,
going on.
dude. Yeah, because you know why? Because there are some things like that work. Like so the bosses. So a lot of people were bitching about the bosses online, and like honestly, I think it's fine because I'm not seeing like you can kind of see the patterns, but like also like you're like Aiden says like in a 3D like when you have a Y axis though, and you're forced to like interpret depth with some of these patterns, you're like, well, how the fuck does this go? Like, what is this? And it gets weird, and it gets even weirder when like you're not just fighting the boss. Like the bosses are fine compared to like if you get into a room with a bunch of high level monsters and you're about to get fucked. Like every other monster is shooting a completely different pattern at you. Like you kind of get fucked. And yeah, so like the game is also challenging in that sense. But if you get a busted ass build, like I got this one gun that I always went for. Oh my god, it was so stupid. It was like uh it was a tripwire, but the build was um I shot multiple of them, so like it shot out a web tripwire and it stuck to things, so if people came towards me, they would just die. And since it only did 3 shots, I also had this other power up that every time I perfected an active reload, it caused damage to 3 enemies. So I'd literally just shoot into the sky and then just reload, and everything that was like on the other side of the wall would be dead.
Damn.
And it was so bad, like this build was so bad. All I had to do for the final boss, like the final boss had like spores all over them, and so you had to shoot them. But of course, it's hard because like you have to hit these very precise spots with your gun while trying to do the bullet hell thing. Well, I didn't have to do that. All I had to do was just shoot the trip wire that stayed there, and all I had to do was just do the bullet hell thing, and then it died. Like I didn't have to shoot it or anything. It was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, like I don't
It's
know.
shit like that.
Balancing when like you can get certain items in a roguelite I think is very important to like the overall health of the progression in the game, because if you can just like skip major chunks because you got lucky with like some build and not
Yeah.
Yeah, it can break
not
the
because
game.
you actually got better at the game and overcame the challenge, I think it can do a big disservice to the game.
I agree, because guess what? I think in some aspects I did get better with the bullet, like with the shmup stuff, but like when it comes to a build like that, like I feel like I literally didn't have to do any work.
Well,
So, yeah, like I literally shot and forgot. I'm like, all right, I guess I just have to dodge the bullets until he's dead. Like,
yeah.
uh, yeah, I didn't mean to stay on that for a while, but I'll go to another thing that Aiden and I have also finished. Call of Duty,
Oh
Modern
boy.
Warfare 2. We in
I
it, baby. We,
I think I have like 200 hours in this game right now.
Jesus Christ, I'm
Jesus.
not surprised. Oh my God, how many guns do you have gold?
How many guns do I have gold? I have all of the ARs gold right now.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What a literal monster.
And now I'm working on getting the platinum skins for all of the ARs. I don't have any gold of any of the other guns, but most of the battle rifles I have close to gold.
You gotta catch up to Mike and Storm, dude. You have to get gold shield and gold knife.
Nah, I always do melee last. The
Yeah.
launchers and melee I always do last, which is really stupid because I really should be doing those like now, but
Now,
whatever.
yeah.
That aside, this I'm like on some fucking autistic like camo grind shit. This is just actually a good game though. The campaign was a banger. The multiplayer I think is good. It needs some balancing changes, and there's a very specific map that needs to be redone, I think. But
Oh my God.
other than that, this is like a 9 out of 10 game. I love
Are we
it.
talking about Border?
Yes,
Man,
the
I wish
board,
I could
yes.
play this. This actually sounds like another fun Call of Duty game.
It is. It is a very fun Call of Duty game. Like it feels like 2019, except I feel like they made good changes to make it feel better and like change the pace of the game a little bit. The game's definitely a little bit slower than the 2019 one because they got rid of
Yeah.
like bunny hopping and fucking slide canceling and like all this shit. And it's
Yeah.
like, I know that like Storm, people like Storm are mad because Storm is one of the other guys in our other Discord. He's mad because he's like, oh well, I know how to slide cancel well, so like why am I being punished? But it's like if you want to do stuff like that, I feel like Call of Duty isn't really that game. That seems more of like something you should be doing in like Apex Legends or some shit.
Yeah.
Like I found it really weird that like the thing that defined 2019 Call of Duty was like all this slide canceling and like crazy fast bunny hopping and mobility shit for like, jump shotting corners and fucking doing all this shit. And it's like I don't want that. I mean, it's cool that you can do that and stuff, but like, I don't know. Modern Warfare 2 I think is much more in line with what I was looking for. Like the guns feel way better to shoot. The fucking audio design in this game is like 10 out of 10 spectacular. Like somebody fucking write a book about it.
Damn.
Um
Yeah. This is like peak experience production value. Like honestly, like we still need to finish the co-op missions too, because the co-op
we do.
missions.
We
Wait,
have
there's
one more
co-op
co-op mission.
missions?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
co-op mission.
No, because
Yeah,
I've
No, yeah,
talked so
Tim's
many times.
attention.
I've talked so many times about the special ops missions in
Yep.
the original Modern Warfare 2. Fuck.
It is not a PlayStation exclusive this
Oh
time.
my
Yeah,
god!
right.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they're actually I think they're pretty fun actually. Like I had a good time playing those with Tyler. Well, the ones that we did play.
Damn. Now I
Yeah.
really want to.
Like the vehicles don't handle super well. I think they
Who
could
the
like
fuck
tighten up
cares? It's
specifically the smaller
Call of
cars
Duty.
and stuff. The tanks and stuff feel good if you play like Ground War or Invasion. Again, the maps are all pretty good. I mean, the hotel I think is a really good map. Like there's some good maps in the pool for sure, but there is also the worst map in history, being the fucking border crossing map.
Dude, I don't know what made them think in what fucking realm that this was a good like having cars. So for perspective, imagine the border, because literally the Mexican border into Texas. Now
One side of the map
there's
sepia
literally,
tone.
huh?
Is one side of the map sepia tone and the other one normal?
No, not quite.
There's cars lining the fucking the road.
Yeah.
And what do cars do in video games? They fucking blow up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
map is literally explosive. So they be generally every round or like every game that starts on this map, everybody just throws grenades across, and they like just good fucking luck, dude.
That
Like,
sounds awesome.
Yeah, this
no,
sounds
it's
like
terrible.
this
Fuck
sounds like
off.
Xbox Live in 2007 level
As it is,
entertainment.
dude. The amount of racial slurs we have been hearing.
Oh yeah, so I was inspired to do a Riot Shield build recently where it's like I have Riot Shield, I have 2 smoke grenades, a knife, and throwing knives, but I also have resupply, so my smoke grenades and my throwing knives regenerate.
Yeah.
And people have I've heard basically the entire spectrum of racial slurs.
Oh
Oh
boy.
god.
Dude, it's great. Like, especially
X-Backs.
if there's 6 of so like, you know, like I don't think I'm that great, but I think when because we all communicate, like all of us in the Discord, like we're pretty decent at communicating. If not, like we're kind of good at like I don't know playing off of each other. So we kind of dumpster like I don't know, and I would say we dumpster most matches we're
We do. I mean,
in.
like there have been a couple games where we've just like gotten blown
Yeah,
out, but I feel like we'd probably, if this game had stats in it, Infinity Ward,
right.
we'd probably have like a 75% win rate. I feel like we win like the majority of our games by far.
Yeah,
Wait, when you say stats, you don't mean in game. You mean like career stats.
career
Yeah,
stats,
there are 0 stats in this game.
What?
We
which
were
is
talking about,
weird.
so this is another thing. Storm, the guy from the other Discord again, brought it up, and he's like, they've literally had the barracks and like stats in every single game since Call of Duty 4, which was 15 years ago and 15 games ago. And why is it this one that we like don't have stats in the game? Like, what is this?
Do you think they're waiting for season 1 to start?
Probably, but like that doesn't make sense why they would do that. And
Yeah,
like they also really haven't mentioned it either, which is like we don't even know if it's coming with season 1.
maybe it's a new initiative on not being, not creating a negative environment for you. Because
Toxic
remember,
gaming space.
yeah, remember like they like the other Call of Duties, they won't show your deaths anymore, or do they? No, they do show your
They do at the
KD.
post screen. They don't on the like during the game.
Yeah,
But in the post game stats, they'll show you your deaths. But then you'll never see them again because none of those stats are recorded
yeah.
anyway.
None of the stats are recorded. Yeah, I don't know.
So
It's
like
weird.
you just kind of have to like you just gotta guess, which sucks because like I think stats are like a cool part of Call of Duty, or at least I think they are. You can ignore them if you want, but I enjoy looking at stats and being like, oh well, okay, I'm doing better
Yeah,
now than I was, and yada yada yada.
it's funny to
Because
see
I'm
that
fucking competitive,
our friend Ange literally only uses one gun, and that's it.
and
Like to see her, what? How many fucking kills do you
she
have?
had like 45 or 50,000 kills on that gun.
50,000 kills on just one gun. Unheard of. I've never seen that level of autism before.
And I've only ever seen it in like pro players.
Yeah, right. And she didn't even get to a 1.0 KD.
No, she didn't.
Strangest one tricking I've ever heard of.
It is, dude. I'll tell you what, she plays the objective like a fucking champ, though. Like,
True.
um,
Absolutely.
oh man. All right, I'll let's move on, I guess.
Yeah. It's a good Call of Duty though.
It's
If
good.
you were interested in Call of Duty and you want to play good Call of Duty, this is the one to get.
This is
Good.
Call of Duty. This is good Call of
Not
Booty.
like the last two shitters that they released.
Yeah, I'm upset I spent money on Vanguard.
Yeah, same. Well, let's not talk about it.
Resident Evil Village, the new Gold Edition came out with third-person shooter or third-person perspective and Shadows of Rose DLC, which I played through. I don't think I told you how I felt about it yet, Aiden.
No, we haven't talked about it.
Yeah,
I
Shadows
heard,
of
I
Rose.
did hear you might have you get an opportunity to play Dami Mommy Dimitrescu though.
Oh yeah, I didn't play that. Yeah, I didn't play as her, but in the Mercenaries, because I don't like Mercenaries. Like, I never was a fan of Mercenaries,
Fine.
which is like, dude, I don't know. I mean, I could now. I could play as Dami Mommy if I wanted to. Uh, I just never got a chance. I was busy. In fairness, I was trying to like double fist this and Call of Duty because the multiplayer came out the same weekend as Shadows of Rose. So I was trying to balance both of those already. Shadows of Rose, I think the gameplay is like kind of whatever, but I like the story.
All
That's
right.
my final verdict of it. I don't want to give too much away so you can play it or
Hell yeah.
whatever. But I think the story was good. It hit me right in the feelies,
As they do.
as they do. Um, so yeah, I think it's a good addition. It's not that expensive. Also, it's longer than I thought it was going to be. It was like I mean, if you're not me, it'll probably take you like 2 hours to beat. But it took me like 3 because I'm a little slow. Uh, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Oh,
And then
cool.
these last thing I watched, Halloween Ends, the third Halloween movie in this latest soft reboot trilogy of the Halloween movies.
Yeah. Before the next reboot that's inevitably coming.
You know what sucks, man? Because this movie was bad. Sorry, it was really bad. The first movie in this trilogy was really fucking good, and I was hoping that after the abysmal second movie, that this third movie might have a comeback, and it just wasn't. It was bad. Don't watch it. That's all I gotta say about that. If you want to watch Halloween 2018, you should do that. It's very good. Just don't and just pretend that like it ends there because you honestly could. You could probably pretend that it ends there and it doesn't keep going. But you guys aren't big horror fans, I realize, right?
No,
Are you guys
I have two friends who are, and they told me the same thing that like they love Halloween and they're just like avoid this movie.
Yeah, honestly, I don't like most Halloween movies. I don't think I like a single Halloween movie except Halloween 2018. Like I
That
even
was
think the
the only
original.
good one that I thought they did too.
Yeah, like it. I can and like to this day I could pick out like some pretty solid scenes from that one. And like, I don't know. Like, I look back on all of like a lot of these slasher movies kind of suck, honestly. But this one had like some like actual good cinematography. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. And then I just wanted to offer a quick note. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. But I just came back from vacation to Orlando for a wedding. While I was out there, I got a chance to explore the Harry Potter world at Universal Studios and Galaxy's Edge at Disney,
Oh
which is
yeah.
their Star Wars attraction. They're both pretty cool, and it was my first time going to either park, so it was definitely an experience. Uh, and I know you got to go see Galaxy's Edge last year, was it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
did
I
both
went
of the
down
rides there.
last October I was down there.
Yeah, that's right. I went to both rides and they were both pretty great.
Yeah, they right. Ah?
Yeah. It was pretty cool. I will
It is a
say
cool experience for sure.
I
Yeah, I'm
thought
excited to
I
try them at some point, but I just heard the lines are just insane.
You know what? If you go early enough in the day, at least when we went, it wasn't terrible. Like 40-minute long lines. I mean, they got like longer later. Like I think it was like towards the midday they started getting into like the 2-hour long waits. But honestly, and they like kind of set you up. The way they set you up too is like, I mean, I can't say that like it still felt like a long time waiting, but like they try to keep your attention. They like try to like, hey, you can play these games like while online or check out the cool set pieces. Oh, there he goes. He's dead.
Oh no. Oh,
He's
back.
back.
Keeps
Uh,
me. This is killing me.
We're almost there.
yeah, almost there. You can check out the cool set pieces, all that fun stuff. It's really great. It looks like you're in a desert fucking planet like every show that they're trying to peddle now. It's kind of funny, but like I swear, like I don't want to be in a fucking desert place. Like I
You don't
go
want a
on
show
this
set
one
on
ride.
Tatooine?
Dude, I'm so tired of fucking tattoo.
But
I'm
did
so
you
tired.
drink? Did you drink the green milk?
No, I didn't even know that was a thing. There's
Yeah, you
actual
can get them
green
an
milk there?
alcoholic. Yeah, too.
Oh
It comes
shit.
with alcohol if you want it as well. It's
Damn.
quite
Oh,
good actually.
We did have this one stuff. It was like the other cafeteria there. We had stuff there. I thought what we had was pretty good. It was like the spicy chicken. I don't know. It actually wasn't bad. But yeah, no, it was cool. I got to see like, they did this whole spiel. There was like an Imperial officer who came off a ship and he started like doing a spiel, and then Kylo Ren came out and they were talking all this shit, how they're gonna find the resistance and all that stuff. I'm like, this is great. And yeah, it was cool. And Harry Potter was pretty sick. I got to experience butterbeer stuff.
Oh, it's
Oh,
so good.
what did you think of it?
Dude, all right, I'll say this, and this is like, I feel like it's a huge thing. Like I'm not the biggest fan of Harry Potter. I dig the world, but I never was able to stick with the story. I did end up watching all the movies later on, but like I don't know. But I remember when I was a kid, I always thought about what butterbeer would taste like kind of like a caramelly thing, right?
Yeah.
And when I had it, it is exactly what I thought to me that butterbeer would have tasted like.
Nice.
And that kind of made the whole trip for me, at least to Harry Potter.
So I'm an actual idiot and didn't realize the butter was supposed to be butterscotch. So my friend got me some from the New York City store. I take one sip, I'm like, wait a minute, it's butterscotch. And they look at me, they're like, what did you think it was? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Um,
it tastes like actual butter.
I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
gonna lie, that was all. Yeah, that was
damn.
me. I'm like,
Damn,
wow,
bro.
that doesn't seem like it would be very good. But I mean, whatever. I'm not a wizard. I don't know.
Damn. Yeah, also I caved and bought a wand.
Oh
So
my
I
god, did you do
yeah.
any magic tricks?
No, so
Oh, come
so here
on.
We all know the one he did.
I was making jokes the entire every time, like when we went to Pact Ollivanders, I was like Leviosa, like
Oh,
because
Oh,
so Michelle was like
stop.
the one who was like really about it. Like she has not stopped talking about buying a wand since I told her we were going to Orlando back in February, right? For the entire year. She has been talking about this. We probably spent more time in Ollivanders looking at wands than we have on ride, like in line for rides.
Oh boy.
No
bro.
joke. Like we
Hey,
went
yo.
online once. What?
No, they're cool wands, man.
They are cool. Yo, they're super cool. And so, but the thing is, she felt guilty though because we were walking around Diagon Alley and there were just like lines of kids because there's only specific spots that'll let you do it.
Oh no.
Yeah, so there's just lines of kids all over the place, and she's like, I feel bad. I like don't want to like ruin these kids' experience. I'm like, listen, Michelle.
These kids are ruining your
Number
experience.
one, I'm bigger than most people here, so
I'm
even if their
big.
parents wanted to fight me, I can fight them. Number
Damn.
two, they're kids. What are they gonna do? Three, we grew up on this. If anything, it is ours by right.
We
were
were
here
born in the
first.
darkness.
We got
We were
less time
born in
on
the
this earth.
darkness. I'm like, I'm like, if anything, this is bullshit. Like, we are owed this. Fuck them kids. Like,
What am I listening to here?
what? Yeah, you're listening to the truth, Freeman. You're listening to the fucking truth. But no, she did regret not doing it because she's like, I should have just waited in line for one of them.
Did you at least get to see the dragon breathe fire?
Yo, I got to see that dragon breathe fire like 5 times. It was great.
Fuck yeah.
That shit was awesome. I felt the heat. I'm like, damn, this bitch is hot. I'm like, the audacity of people in Florida putting a fire breathing dragon in the middle of fucking Diagon Alley. Like, it's already hot as balls.
I'm glad to hear you liked it. I'm going later this year. I was questioning how good it was
Later
gonna
this
be.
year, my guy, we got like a month left.
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yes. It's the trip is very soon.
Damn.
Yeah, they're actually like the Harry Potter like world over there and Galaxy's Edge are, I think, both really cool experiences.
Yeah. All right, man. Tim, you gotta see Galaxy's Edge. I feel like you're
You
obligated.
did tell me
to
that.
go see- Dude, you're obligated.
Bro, the aluminum falcon's pretty
The
dope.
aluminum. I lost my shit when I saw the aluminum falcon. Literally lost. And you know what? I'll admit. I'm gonna admit something very personal on this podcast. And I was telling Michelle, and I was like, I don't think she understands, and I don't think a lot of people understand where I'm coming from. But I think you guys might. But like, man, I remember when I used to like Harry Potter so much when I was a kid. And when I was there, I was like, the only thing I could think about, like, oh, like, this is gonna sound corny, but I was like, oh, I'm very happy that Michelle is very happy right now, because like, that's kind of the only thing. The only thing I really liked was like the butterbeer stuff, but I couldn't help the entire time. I was like, man, like 10-year-old Tyler would be so over the moon and like about this, like, he would be so happy, and like he would be he wouldn't be able to experience it because how bad he would be frothing at the mouth, right? And the whole time sitting there like, man, I'm just a jaded ass adult.
I mean,
Cannot.
yeah, bro. The aluminum falcon's pretty hype though. Still,
The aluminum falcon was super hype though. All right, there were two. There was one time though where 10-year-old Tyler came out. There was actually 2 times when I finally saw the aluminum falcon. My jaw dropped. It was pretty great. Did I send that picture to you guys? I know I didn't show Aiden, but I don't remember if I sent it.
You sent a couple. I don't know if the aluminum falcon was in it. One was like the interior where there were stormtroopers standing around or something.
Yeah. All right. I'll send it to the actual group. And then, oh my god, I don't know if I want to say this, but Aiden, not the Smuggler's Run ride, the ride where you're getting busted out. Like you go to the.
yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, when you see the big thing.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
When you go into the hangar and I look up, I didn't know where I was.
It's yeah, that one's really cool.
Yeah, I was elated. I was literally, oh god. If I could have done it again, that ride again, I would have done that ride again.
Yeah, that's usually the long one.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim, you need to go, bro. You're missing out.
Someday I'll try.
You should have just
Well,
you know what? Tell
you've
Val
got
to stay
literally
home.
the only excuse in the world that you need to go to Disney. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta wait a couple of years though till he can actually appreciate
yeah, that's fine.
it.
Of course, but you know,
Gotta get
No,
that
so
money.
the excuse is still there.
You go now, and then you go again with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh. What was it? When's Val leaving? She's leaving tomorrow, right?
Friday, assuming the hurricane doesn't
Friday.
stop her.
Oh, true. We saw the weather for that.
It looks
Like
like it's
big
supposed to
yikes.
have the storm is supposed to have passed, but it's still gonna be floating around like northern Florida, Georgia area. So like,
Damn.
hopefully they can just kind of tough it out, fly over it or fly through it.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Because obviously Disney trips are not cheap.
Where's she going again? Is she just going to Magic Kingdom?
I forget. She told Freeman and Louis. She told everybody on Sunday, but
You think I was
don't
paying
know.
attention to her itinerary?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I'll ask her. I'll ask her where she's
Yeah,
going.
just text her. She's still up.
Yeah, other things. So we spent like a third of the day at Galaxy's Edge. The other 2/3 were like, it was fun, but in retrospect, I'd rather would have been doing something else. We went to Epcot.
Is it still heavily under construction? Because I might actually end up
Yeah,
seeing it
it's
when I'm there.
heavily under construction
Fuck,
still.
I wanted to wait till it was done.
Yeah, nah. The around the globe, it's still that, but around the world though is fine. And that looks like it's all fine. But yeah, like around that
Futureland
ball,
or whatever it's called.
yeah, it's still like really under construction.
Damn.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I thought it was cool, but like all my friends wanted to go to that, and I'm like, why are you guys adults? Like I thought we were fucking nerds. What happened? So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Like, hey, did you go? Like, what did like when you went to Disney? What did you do? You went to Galaxy's Edge and what else? Or was that it?
Oh god, we did so much shit. We did like all of Universal. We like yeah, we did like the Galaxy's Edge, all the Harry Potter shit. We did I mean, I honestly can't remember. We had so much shit that we did during the day.
Yeah.
Like we were just fucking all over the place.
Yeah. I hear that. Yeah, that's a lot.
Like I mean, you know, because we were only there for like a few days, so we tried to
Yeah.
cover as much as we could.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I injured my foot in Harry Potter, and like I couldn't walk.
Oh, that sucks.
Oof.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but you know, we stuck it out and walked all over the fucking park still, and then it took about 2 weeks for my foot to recover.
Damn.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, make sure you know how to walk up steps, kids.
Small price to pay for butterbeer.
Yo, facts. I love that butterbeer. It's good shit.
Yeah, that was it. I took longer than I wanted to talk about these things.
Is there anything else, or are we done? Oh yeah, we're
No,
done.
that's it. That's the last thing on the
all
list.
she wrote.
So, that being the case, we're gonna finally end it here because I'm about to die and collapse.
Okay, well.
Well,
I need to
Well,
go to
I'll
bed.
podcast.
So until next time, thank you all so much for listening. We will be back hopefully in 2 weeks, but we'll see what happens.
No promises.
But either way, my name is Timpedia.
I'm Friedman.
just Tyler.
I'm Aiden.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening.